My brother, what's going on?
What's going on?
Yeah. Well, we are early, man. Who's fairy tale recursion?
Hey, come on,
Oh, did
listen.
you see? Did you see me yesterday? When I, huh?
One sec, one sec.
Hey, come on, listen. Did you see me yesterday? When I, huh?
Yo, sorry about that. Let's see. What are you saying, my G?
I'm saying in the morning, man. I mean earlier. Remember with Ezra?
Uh,
Ezra tried it. Tried to bring foreskin talk to Badman.
when?
Yesterday, man. Early.
Is it?
Yeah. On Jedi show, man. That was funny, man. It's so funny. He ended up running away.
Ah,
Yeah, man, try to bring Delil with no name,
the little no name.
no name, bro. No professor. No one claimed it. Get me?
But no one claims the Bible, so come on.
That's what I'm trying to say to man, like, bro. But we were talking about King David collecting foreskin, innit?
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. So he tried to flip it and say in Kemet, man was wanking on lettuce or some shit,
Uh,
and he read out this article, innit? And then
yeah.
man tried to break it down, innit? Who did they have lettuce at that time? And again, who's talking? Is it the Alexandrians?
Mm,
Might be. You know what I'm saying? I just broke
yeah.
it down like, bruv, that ain't got nothing to do with us, bruv. That sounds like some modern information. And that when you don't get the delil from the Africans and you set
Mhm.
up your own place, you start writing all sorts. You know what I'm saying? Now Osiris and no Set and Horus can be having sexual intercourse and all these type of
Mhm.
gay stuffs. But the significant thing was the word uh, fucking ass. You got
What?
it? The word fucking ass was in the supposed text translation.
Wow.
I was just like, bruv, this must have been done by Hebrew Israelite. Car
Obviously.
ain't no scholar of his worth gonna put his name to such a paper. And again, yeah, it was proved right that no scholar would put their name to such a paper.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
go back to
lately
that.
I've been on my own. Na. You
Big
take
up
me
everyone.
harder.
I just reached,
You
man.
take me harder. Did someone take the shahada? His life took me harder. Listen, yeah. Yesterday,
Yeah,
we're out yesterday and about with the youngest and that, and a little discussion came up.
right.
And I learned something new yesterday.
Yeah,
Boy, if you ever want to take a shahada, listen. I learned yesterday, yeah. I didn't know about this, yeah. I didn't know about this youth born in Nigeria and that Africa, with dreadlocks.
yeah, most def.
They read the Rastafari.
I said my mom was born that way.
Yeah, and I didn't know that. And I was this was brand new to Leo. Like um, I didn't know if it was that child.
Mm.
If a child is born like that, you can't cut their hair off. That's what it's called Rastafari.
Okay. Oh, that's why they're called Rastafari.
And that's why they can't cut the hair off. Once your child is born like that, with the hair like that, the hair
Yeah.
cannot be cut off.
Right. Yeah. Definitely. I knew that. They call it
But
that.
that's where the concept of Rasta came from. It didn't come from Jamaica.
Yeah. I get you. So
It's an African thing.
it came from West Africa. Is
I
that
was
what
like, really? So I was like, okay, so if you're born Rasta, can't cut off your hair. Yeah, that's what that's what the deal is. Only if you're born like that. That's why they say you can't cut off their hair for life, they lose their strength. That's oh, okay.
you are allowed to cut it after a certain
No,
age.
you can't.
Huh?
Apparently.
Well, it depends on your religious thing because some of it's cultural and then some of it slips into religion. This is the problem for us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So our culture is always there, but then when it comes to this colonial, Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, you get what I'm saying? It's
hmm
kind of tainted or steered practices in different directions. You get what I'm saying? Like people are
Yeah,
doing them and don't even know why they're doing it.
yeah.
Like circumcision. Circumcision is traditional, but it ended up in religion.
Mm.
So Ezra's like, yeah. You get me? Because they were Israelites. No, bro. We researched this before. I like
Yeah.
Beefy, and we found out that the Africans were
Way
doing it
before.
way
Before Adam.
Right before Adam. It seems, yeah. So it's just a hygienic and thing practice that we did.
Yeah, I don't like how that thing. All these things in the Bible, it's stolen the stolen traditions from Africa. And say, well, what they were Israelites. This needs to stop, bruv. These things are done for Adam. Let's deal with that first.
Shit, you got me. I don't even know how any man can really like claim Israelite who ain't Israelite or whatever. I've always been told him that these Somalis, Ethiopians, and Eritreans, where did they come from? You know what I'm saying? If they're not the original people there, where did you come from? So for me,
this is why I added against it. I remember last time we were in the park and we're talking to our Nyabinga sister.
Right.
See, she was saying some other time, some man there are not who they say they are.
No, yeah, there's Baba, there's Baba Dreads, there's all sorts, and order of Nyabingi in it. Which is
they don't believe in Haile Selassie and all that rubbish, do they?
No. There's this tribal and traditional and textual.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was even Lenny P. Powell, man never dreadlocks.
No, he had an afro.
Well, the churchman.
He had locks at the end.
He had locks at the end.
At the end, yeah. He locked up his hair in the end. He looked like a madman, though. You know what I'm saying? But young days, wee, look like Garvey in that.
The Mandela parting.
Yeah. The Garvey after the Mandela, like, yo, get me. But yeah, you're right. In the order of Rastafarianism, because as I said in Yoruba culture, to be born Rasta like my mom, you're a dada, and
that's the word I was looking for.
Right. So that, yeah, you're a very special individual, and they put coins, shells, and all sorts in your hair to decorate it while you're growing up and going to these cultural things or whatever. Yeah. But when you get to 8 years old, you're given the option to cut it. You know what I'm saying? And I think because my mum came to England. Because my mum came to England at 5 and then returned there at, what was it, 7 to, I don't know, into early teens, I think, and then back to England. So there was a period where she was back home. So I think at some point they just cut it off. Do you get what I'm saying? About 8. You know what I mean? Because that's what she told me. She said, like, yeah, they're not allowed to cut it at all until a certain thing. It's a ceremony as well when it's cut.
Yeah.
You understand? It's a special thing. It's not like no plating. Can't be just at home and mum decides to cut it off. That's not how it's gonna work. All of it is done traditionally and culturally. Get me? So, yeah. So
that's what I'm looking for, dada.
Having locks is very, very normal. You can go anywhere in Nigeria and half the people got locks. And non-religious necessarily. You get me?
That's right.
As well. You know the ones there, like they embrace. Yeah. They're always like the rebels in a sense. So they look at modern day, because it's a hairstyle now. When man have it now, man just look at man as rebellious. They just not bad in a bad way, but they just not conforming to whatever everyone else is conforming to, especially religion. And remember that religion is not a thing forced.
So so maybe the Nyabinga order, that's like the spiritual order, and this other Rastafarian with Haile Selassie, that's what Haile Selassie was. Let's not lie, he was in the order.
Right. I get what you're saying. But remember what they're trying to follow is the idea of Tafari or Rastafari is older than obviously Haile Selassie. It's a title. To be a Tafari is like to say to be a king, innit?
And so, but I don't know if people know what Tafari means.
Sorry.
I don't know if you all know what Tafari means.
Oh, if the people know what
That's
Tafari
my
means.
language. Well, that's my language.
Of course, of course. So you know when I'm saying it, yeah, this only relates to the Ethiopians themselves. You get what I'm saying? And the customs and things before
But
nothing.
well, Michael, this is the thing I want to ask. The people in Ethiopia right now, they don't know what Rastafari means themselves.
No, they don't.
So they're originally, so I don't know they're not originally from there.
Shall we pull it up?
I know what Rastafari means in my language. I know, and I don't know what they're going to give you in English.
Yeah.
I need to go bathroom, Michael. Give me 2 minutes. Let's carry on going.
Yeah. Mm.
Bathroom quickly.
It's a very interesting.
I know what Rastafari means in my language.
This is why there's a difference. Like there were obviously Rastas from the 50s who from in Jamaica who went over to Ethiopia and were given land. And were given land by Gabriel Haile Selassie. And the story is that some of them are still there, but they didn't make good use of what was given to them. I think there was meant to be more. Maybe that's what it is. Meant to be a continuous flow. If a continuous flow of people was leaving Caribbean or Rastas leaving the Caribbean and going back to Ethiopia from that time to now, I think there'd be something beautiful there. But unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. This is why I find it strange that Rastas are front and center in the idea of reparations. You know what I'm saying? I find it very strange and very weird that the organizations of Rasta and Ibingis and all of that, are into reparations. That doesn't even make no sense. Like an oxymoron. Yeah, because reparation is tantamount to begging, because in reality, if reparations was given back to every single country who has had something stolen from them, we wouldn't have anything. We would have to go back to our countries to enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Because everything in England, you get me, belongs to Greece, belongs to Niger, belongs to, you get me? But I've always thought like, when did Rastaman become our financial, you get me, caretakers of the so-called community or the people that, all I know is like the prime ministers, several prime ministers of Nigeria have tried to get reparations. You know what I'm saying? Which I also still think is a bit strange. So all that in-house game. You set these African politicians up. You know what I'm saying? Talk about independence, but man is still colonized. Man has all man's raw materials and just gave you back what? Didn't give you back much, to tell the truth. You know what I mean? The best oil refineries and all of that are in man's countries. These Europeans made sure they built up what they wanted to build, took all the natural resources, make sure there's a constant stream, a constant flow of oil and petrol and all of these things out of man's country. So it's just a game. It's a game, man. But I don't know what the Rastas have to really do. Who's the leader? I want to know who the leader is. I want to know why are we asking for reparations? Why are we doing it? If we got nations, if we got countries, you know what I'm saying, that we originally come from, if they're not fighting for any type of reparations, then how are we gonna do it? You know what I'm saying? How are we gonna do it? Unless someone within the establishment, a black politician, who decides like, listen, I'm gonna turn on these guys and say, listen, what about the reparations? What about the Benin bronzes? Give that shit back. And unfortunately, the one thing they're not going to give back is you. You get what I'm saying? That's the property that they own. That's the most precious thing out here. It's us, the people. You know what I'm saying? Because we're cattle property and we're what's being sold on the stock market. to try and get these raw materials to make things like your trainers and that. So when you buy your trainers, you already paid, but you're gonna pay again. It's a very, very, very messed up system. You know what I'm saying? You already paid for every item and everything that's out there. You see it in the window, you'll be like, oh my God, I need to get one of those. You already paid for it. By right, you should just walk in there and just take one. Like, yeah, I paid for this. You want my NI number? You get me?
I'm glad.
I know you lot were selling me on the stock market this morning. How much you get? How much in profit do you get from me? How much am I worth? 25, 30 million per individual. Yeah. Now you see where we're going with this. You know what I mean? Black, white, or indifferent, mate. You're all slave to the system, unfortunately.
Just where you are in the system. That's all it is.
Yeah. The moment you have the birth certificate, sorry, unfortunately, your parents sold you. And then you, in turn, probably sold your children like I did. You know what I'm saying? By signing these documents.
Come on. It's a big up to the family in the building. Eric, I see you. Marshall. Salam alaikum, my brother. Annabelle Rice, I see you. Annabelle, the real one. Come on. Thriller, true family in the building. Today, I thought, we FTK, since my last channel got shut down, I was hoping they're going to be back up today, but the fuckers, they can't handle the truth. So I'm still blocked. So I had to bring FTK to this channel. I know people have been missing it. People have been screaming, beefy, FTK, beefy, FTK. Everywhere I'm going, all I'm hearing is beefy, FTK, beefy. You know what? I got to give the people what they want. Got to give the people what they want. So I said, like, if you ever take your shahada, will you ever cut your locks off? Listen, I don't know. This is the question today. So yesterday I was out, and we got talking about Dada, not Dudu, sorry, my bad, Dada. And I learned something new yesterday. That Rastafari thing is a West African thing. Nothing to do with Happy Gabriel Selassie. Nothing to do with Ethiopia. That's how I think about it further. And like, wait a minute, Rastafari. Forget about the Rasta.
Yeah.
Tafari.
Tafari. What does that mean, please, Beefy? Explain to the people. Break that fairy tale for them.
Tafari means joyful of the Most High.
The what, sorry?
Joyful of the Most High.
Oh my God.
Or you say Tafari. Tafari.
Say, oh my Sky Daddy. What?
I don't know about the Rasta part, but I know what Tafari means.
Right. So I was correcting what I was saying in the sense that saying Rastafari, look, forget the Rast bit. Tafari is a title.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a title. It's actually a word for people. They actually, if you go to my country, there's a lot of Tafaris walking around.
You can say, yeah, joy of the Most High. Look at joy of the Most High.
A lot of names like that. Tafaz or Tafari, which means the same thing. Tafaz or Tafari, being joyful.
Yeah. Okay. So it's more.
Tafara means happy.
Yeah, basically, yeah. It's a state of being, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Like I said, every word has a meaning. So I'm asking Rasta if they know what Tafari means.
Of course.
Man, I'm a Rasta Tafari. You know what Tafari means? Yeah. Then I was now things was taking upon the things, dog. But I started thinking, okay, Rastafari. Who is Jabulon? Yeah.
Or maybe Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know about but I know about Yeah.
There's no J, so let's say Yeah. Yeah, maybe Yeah. Maybe that's it. Or if it's Ja and it's Jabulon, then that's another problem. But I'll go with.
I started thinking. When talking about ganja and all these things, I started thinking, okay, Ganges.
Right.
Wait a minute.
Where came from?
There's some other Rastas in the Ganges, some Indian Rastaman in the Ganges. They live differently.
A lot of the gurus have locks.
I think the ganja comes from.
I think where the idea of dreadlocks comes from. Because what
Yeah,
we have in thing is a natural thing, like very small, very thin. You never see
yeah,
someone with one doo-doo tree branch. You get what I'm saying? I don't see that. Yeah. What I see is even in the East African, yeah, with the tribe of Fuzzy Wuzzies, you understand?
mm,
Their hair is ringlets. So it looks like locks. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah. So they've got different hair texture in it. So they,
yeah.
they even naturally try and do the thing.
I thought, okay, this man, Ganges. So today, we're gonna go look into the Ganges. If you all live in the Ganges, but
Um,
I've always said to myself, Grandma Selassie, his wife, I was actually African, but him himself, his family, they look Indian.
yeah. But I think the idea of it is mainly with Leonard P. Howe. Now, if you go into him setting it up, it will definitely tell you that it was influenced by Christianity, and the whole point is that that form of Christianity is influenced by Hinduism. You know what I'm saying? Christ, Krishna. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
One
Ja.
is the other. So the oldest religion on the planet is Hinduism. So
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to get your Christianity and try and predate the Hindu thing. It doesn't make sense. It's not actually, you know. So
Uh,
the records and that we established the oldest religion, relying on a jinn, yeah, on the planet.
Woo! Jeez. Michael, say that
Yeah.
again.
It's
Say that again.
relying on a jinn.
Jesus Christ, Muhammad. Whoa, 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 whoa. FTK in the today we're on fire. Listen,
Right. So
listen.
let's explain one thing for us though. Yeah, we did not have any religion. We
Oh,
had ways of life. Our ways
schools of
of life
thought
have now become religion.
relying on a jinn. Hey, I'm about to change the title of the show, bro. Woo!
Religion,
Relying on a jinn, religion. I
yeah.
love it. I love it. Listen, unless I learn something new every day, bro.
Come
But it makes sense.
Right. So now you've got
Because you are really relying on a jinn.
up in it. Everyone's all complicit and mixed up because the whole point is this idea of maybe like the books that are abrogated from the Bible, yeah, talking about war in the heavens. You understand? With the angels and blah blah blah. But then when you go to the Hindu pantheon, you hear them having a war in the heavens. You understand? Now,
Mm-hmm.
if one is older than the other,
Yaga, you know where that one came from.
right. So then it goes back to the Rastafarianism with the idea that Leonard P. Howe was influenced by some of this East Indian culture. It says it in works, like, yeah, he was influenced by East Indian thing. So ganja from the Ganges, yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
and even the word, the Ganges was a name for, I think, an Ethiopian king, proving, you get what I'm saying, the link between East Africa and India.
The Hindu Kush and all that.
Right, Hindu Kush, all of that. So showing the connection, basically, just through words and, you know what I mean? The
Yeah.
changing of, yeah, certain things. India from the Indus Valley. Do you get what I'm saying? It was not called that before. Indus Valley is just the way in. You get what I'm saying? Into,
What I've noticed also, since we started fairy tale killing,
right,
I've noticed that unknowingly we started connecting a lot of dots
of course, of course, of course.
because we have man like Joy Division coming up and saying to himself, "Listen, man's from India, innit?"
Mm,
Yeah, yeah. So it's a white man from India. Now I'm saying, if you look at the Horn of Africa, Somalia, Ethiopia, Eritrea, where else did I put? Yeah, that horn part. You'll find there's a certain look around that area. Okay, our Sudanese cousins, what Negroid, they got a certain look. Then you go to that's in the Horn of area there. You start getting a different look. The curly hair, the same features, bit, curly hair, the lighter skin, and this must have looking Indian. And when you go down to Gabriel Selassie, bro, you can take Gabriel Selassie and Mahatma Gandhi, put them side by side, they can look like brother and sister, bro. Brothers. That's all I know. Yeah. So no, I'm thinking, huh? Oh, this guy's African. Mm-hmm. Then remember the Somalis themselves said, well, so Mr. That is Somal came from out of Africa.
Right.
And he married many wives in that region. Then you get Abraham, same thing, coming out of Africa. Huh? These are all Indian.
Don't it make you think that these men might be these Israelites because they have the oldest Bible?
Oh.
Huh?
Ethiopians.
You got the oldest Bible.
They don't have Michael. Listen.
It only makes sense. It only makes sense if you've got the oldest Bible, yeah. And the thing is, parts of your Bible are Greek texts, even Paul and all of that. I don't know how it ended up in there, but anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know how it ended up in there, but yeah, somehow the workings of Paul and some other folks ended up in the Ethiopian Bible. But it's very significant that they have the oldest version. So for me, do you get what I'm saying? From my understanding of the information from the biblical, yeah, they are those Israelites. They are those descendants of Yaqub or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Mike, I want to ask, yeah.
Mm.
How can they have the oldest Bible when the word Bible is a Greek word?
Yeah, exactly. I don't think they could. Did they call it one a Bible? I don't think they call it a Bible, but yeah, it is a Bible, man.
The codex.
The oldest known Bible. Yeah, you're right. You're correct. Yeah. I think it's
about Paul gets into there.
Sorry? Yeah, it's about 900 years old. So, you know, if it's 900 years, I think it's 900 years. You can look it up.
I'll bring the delay. We're just making the premise right now. Don't worry. Yeah. We're bringing the delay for you guys in a minute. Don't worry. Don't worry. You know how we do on FTK. We don't play. We're just having a delay.
Yeah. So the Ethiopian one is supposedly like the oldest one, and then you got the actual information is older, innit? But they have the oldest compilation. You understand? So they have the oldest compilation of the Bible.
So that means they were in Alexandria. They were in the mix. They're the ones who were giving these Ptolemies all the info.
Definitely.
So it makes sense,
or living around there, or you get me? So it's just migrational, because if you actually check it, the Alexandrians are there longer than them. Before them. You get what I'm saying? So they would have bucked up on the Alexandrians, not the other way around. You understand? If the Alexandrians or the Ptolemies are like 3,000 years they've been there. You know what I'm saying? Let me get this phone.
Yeah. Listen, tell a friend to tell a friend. We're back. FTK is live and direct. Today, okay, let me give you the backstory. Yesterday, we were on an outreach program, and we're discussing with young guys. This outreach just out in the community, just having a vibe with the people, discussions about many topics. One of the topics that came up was Dada. And I said, oh, so someone explained what Dada is in Nigeria. Dada is someone who's born with dreadlocks. Born. Yeah, I'm saying they are born with hair dreaded up. Yeah, they're Dadas. Yeah, and these people, you cannot cut their hair. Yeah. So we started breaking down. So when I go back home, you know me, fairy tale killer, how I go, my brain works differently, innit? So I started saying, okay, Dada, Nigeria. I remember most Bantus, we were kicked out of that horn, that area. If you go to Somalia, if you go to any of this area, they'll tell you the indigenous people are Bantu people. Yeah? They're just the Bantu people. So I think maybe some remnants of that tradition stayed. And as well, when we take it to slavery, some things you just don't forget. So some people were being born and with dreads, and they're like, okay, we can't cut their hair. Those people were called, they only used to live in the mountains and that. They didn't live no books, nothing. They just live natural ital, no book, nothing. Yeah. So I started looking into things like Rasta, and I started looking into then one thing led to another. Ganges in India, the Ganges, where ganja comes from, and all these things.
And the gurus with their locks, with their dreadlock.
You see, yeah, and religion and all this. And I'm also gonna talk about this the second coming of Christ, and it was the Rasa, the certain branch of Rasa who believed in the second coming of Jesus. That was Selassie and all that, bro.
Yeah, some believe in the Bible, full stop. Some have gone on to more esoterical knowledge, like now they've got right knowledge. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna hurt some people, but a lot of them now are Nawabians. You know what I'm saying? In Jamaica, because they've got that information, so they don't do the same things they used to. So now you see them, they don't wear crosses. You understand?
Yeah.
They wear unks. You understand? They don't say understanding, they say overstanding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is the word only brought forward by the master teacher. You understand? It's not a dictionary word, or it's understanding, and then man made us know that understanding means you don't understand.
Yeah, understand something.
To understand is not to overstand.
And as well, if you understand something, I mean, you haven't got it. Because how can you see something from underneath? You only get a clear view from something from on
So
top.
what's very significant is that Sizzler, who is a Nawabian, said, learn your language. Learn Bantu, learn Nuwabic, learn Amharic, Aramaic, Amharic. You know what I'm saying? Learn your languages. Learn your ancient African languages. You know what I'm saying? This is a Rastaman in Jamaica. But I said being a Nuwabian is like one of your first title. Every other title comes after that. Yeah, you can Nuwabian, Bantu, thing, this, that. But again, it don't define you. You're more than that again. You know what I'm saying? This is where they're like, oh, Macu, man, yeah, you're Muslim, you're this, you're that. Yes. What does the word Muslim mean? Peacemaker, to make peace. So if most of you ain't born like that, you ain't born like that. But I was always born like that. You know what I'm saying? To make peace. My melanin is a calming chemical. So I'm Muslim. I can't help it. You understand? I'm naturally a peacemaker because this calming chemical, when the sun shines, makes me hospitable. Makes me a person who wants to serve you drinks and thing. You come and visit me and do all this behavior that we express as black people. You know what I'm saying? Comes through your melanin. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you're out of the gaze of the sun and thing, that's when you start acting wild and erratic and feel cold and that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you start acting, yeah, everything's pissing me off. Let the sun shine though. You know what I'm saying? You be calm. You don't need to smoke or thing. You know what I'm saying? You're already getting that vitamin D from the sun. Oh, I just feel like to, you know what, chill out and have a cold drink and That's to live in peace. That's to be a peacemaker. It's only gonna make you feel peaceful. Like, yeah, I just want to chill. I just want to cool. I just want to be with my friends. I just want to be with my family. So to be a Muslim, yeah, and to live in the way of peace, which is Islam, you know what I'm saying? To live peacefully is Islam. So, it's got peace in it, basically. You know what I'm saying? So each way is not very difficult to actually practice. If someone says, oh, to be a good person is to live peacefully. That's it. All this other hadiths and all this other thing is just examples and stories and allegories to try and make you understand how other people have behaved during different times. Don't see the relevance necessarily unless you can apply it to now. Yeah, you still got to do the basics of the fundamental, which is live in peace or live peacefully. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But if you don't have melanin, or if your melanin is in recess, it might make you a destructive, you know what I'm saying, jealous, angry, world dominating individual.
Mm.
Because you haven't got that abundance of the calming chemical. And when you haven't got abundance of it, what's left? Fear. You understand? Fear
Yeah.
is what makes man go hunt and kill animals for sport. Fear. Oh shit, an elephant. Blow. Oh, an eagle. Blow. You know what I'm saying? That's fear. Take it, stuff it, put it, you know, put it on the wall and do. Stuff that real human beings don't do.
Yeah.
We kill for food. You know what I'm saying? We kill to eat and stuff. Whether you call us hunter-gatherers or some of our family are still doing it the original way. Living the original way. So there's two types of living for us. You know, we had that, you know, farmer type, civil type, sit down as a family type situations, huts and, you know, buildings and all of that. And then we had the other ones, we just lived in nature.
Yeah. I was going to show some quick little. People can go and research this. Like, you know, when we're talking, people need to have a notebook, pen and pad, writing down this info, then you'll see that we don't lie. Here we go. This is there you go. The mystical children born with dreadlocks of Nigeria. On. Children born with dreadlocks. There you go.
That middle image is the one that we was looking at yesterday.
Yeah.
And the first one, the first one and the third one was the ones that is on the same website, I think. But how real is it though? Big up everyone, big up all the family, big up
Big up my G.
How real is that though? Like, I mean, is that fact that that's a picture of someone that was born like that? Or
No, man.
huh?
I say it's naturally occurring though, but my mom was born like that, so I don't know. For me, it's in house, and I got a cousin in South. He's like got 7, 8 brothers and sisters, and he was the youngest, and he was also born with locks.
They cut it though, yeah.
No, they don't cut it for until.
So your mum cut hers though.
Yeah, it was ceremonial when
Big
she
ritual, big like ceremony and all that, very rare.
Yeah, but as I said, they was treated with like shells and they put special coins and all of that. It was like, yeah. And then
Did they
sorry.
What was that? Was you aware? Was she done it a long time before you, right?
Yeah, way before me. And
Like, did they put it in? Because I was reading, they put it in herbs. I mean, if you eating for my show idea for, pum pum, run on the internet, run on the internet, you know, to take my idea. Yeah, they said that they mix it with herbs and stuff, and basically, if that child is ever sick, they make them drink from that kind of like little potion. They're saying that cutting their hair could risk like their health and blah 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 blah.
You gotta understand, yeah, gents, that my mum also has tribal marks.
Okay.
So there's a lot of ceremonies.
Yeah, better ceremony.
Yeah. And
No, it's most of saying it's an N.
yeah, must have said that, yeah.
Yeah. And it's like keloiding to see how strong your blood is and your recovery rate. But this goes into other sciences of when we used to be able to, you could cut my man's arm off and he would regrow it. But you know, that's another story. But anyway,
Yeah, that's definitely another story.
It's to do with the blood, definitely, and how it keloids, which is how it heals back. You know what I'm saying? So you see some people get some real tiger scratches in it. I've got some uncles like, oh shit, they went in on you. You know what I'm saying?
Sliced and diced.
Sliced, man. Up.
Choo. Yeah, I've seen.
Wow.
I've seen that one. 3 on the forehead, 3 on each cheek. Yeah, it's peak.
Yeah.
It's peak.
So I mean, in some of the supposed depictions of Christ, he's supposed to have that. You get me?
Is it? Some tribal marks.
He's meant to have the 3 tribal marks on the corner, on the side there.
Okay.
Just like mommy on there. And then her brother had 2 like tiny ones, and he's red skinned. You know what I'm saying? You could hardly see it.
Well, someone dashed a bottle at me, and I got one now. They didn't want to fight me, boy, and they dashed a mad bottle, bro, one Christmas Eve.
Well, someone tried to punch me. You can see my one. Someone punched me with a blade between the knuckles. Went right through the lip and into the teeth. And that mad thing.
Through the lip and into the teeth.
Yeah, hit me on the teeth. Yeah.
You fuck your tooth up.
Not really, but now, yeah, I know.
Later,
I was young though. I was like, what, 12, 13?
You was 12, 13?
Yeah, Tottenham's a rough place, man.
You must have been pissed. You must have been pissed.
Not really, but it's just normal in a sense. Like when you fight older guys and thing, and in the ends those days, everybody has a knife in it. Everyone carries weapons in it.
Yeah.
And yeah, even a little fisherman, you get me? The little, you know, the little, it's like a fish and you could just open it. Those little knives, even those, get me? But a man can put a knife in his fist and just, yeah, do his thing. You think you're getting punched in the stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Ends, man. That's how things go. The rest of my scars are from police. Fuck's sake. Those are the worst ones though, like split open head and all of that. Yeah. And then I think I got one right here. Yeah. Where they banged my head against the wall and that. No, banged the, you know, police battery. They got the battery for the little radio. Got licked in the head and split my head open. Mad thing. 17 though. Get me?
No, you know, yeah. So when I got home yesterday, my brain went into overdrive, bro, with the delay my man gave me.
Which delay?
About the Rasta dude and about dadas. But I got home and I started thinking to myself, Tafari, Rasta Tafari. I said, wow, that's my language. I don't know about the Rasta, but I know what Tafari means.
Yeah.
I was thinking, wow, wait a minute. It's
a title.
Do these men in Ethiopia even know what Tafari means? Yeah. And I started thinking to myself, wait a minute, baby. Let's have a look at things. Let's look at things. Selassie, that man look Indian. Ganges. Something started looking fishy upon them things, dog. I said, I'm gonna do a show. Let me kill this fairy tale about Selassie the second coming and Rastafari. Do you know what Rastafari means? Not about Rasta. Where does the Rasta come from? Where does Ganja come from? Where Ganges? Who's Jah? It could be Jabulon. I don't know. And all these things are just pointing towards the mystical East, Hinduism, and all these things. Then I started to look as well, like, okay, the Ethiopians, they're going to sell in look as well, and the Muslims, they believe in the Bible, and Christ, Krishna. It's just everything just points to the Middle East. Then you got Abraham. He came from Chaldea. He was an Indian man or Persian man like that. You got one time in the park where the Somali brothers talking. He said the father of all Somalis, he came into Africa and he married African wives. What was he? Another Indian man? So I think, Then the other week we enjoyed the white guy came on and said, "Hey, listen, I'm not white. I'm Indian. I come from India. I'm Indo-European." So I was thinking, whoa, a lot of things point towards the East. That's why I said, let me look into this more and more. Stolen legacies and all that.
All right, yeah, you know what you need to look into as well. They're called these aliens, yeah, that they've documented or whatever. They call them Andromedans. And these Andromedans have got dreadlocks. That's all I'm saying. And their main god is called Jah. That's all I'm saying.
Whoa. Let me just
So I could start getting deeper than Nino Brown in a minute. I don't know why no one wants to bring up the
Okay, yeah, here you go. I found out the delay now.
No one wants to bring up the Russian science, the alien encyclopedia thing that they found. People always skirting over it. Pickle man, this one, that one, that one. Is it? Because some people out here got A to Z on aliens. I bet anyone look up A to Z on aliens out here. And look for Andromedans and tell me about Rasta.
Okay, here we go. If you want to do your research, you can go to this website. Yeah.
No, we need to get deeper into this though, man. I want to see a video on this or something, bro.
Yeah, I'm trying to a video.
I want to meet someone, obviously, like Maku's got fam and that. But I want to meet someone or see or watch someone's story about it. Or, listen, it was so fascinating yesterday, but I didn't really have the chance to get into it. But even just like some of the other stories, some Yorubas feel, no, the Igbos think, the Igbos is called L something, which I thought was very interesting, yeah? Elena, something like that, ELENA, something like that.
Right.
And they believe that it's a reincarnated deity, one of their deities reincarnated, one of their ancestors reincarnated, rare. Right. And then Yoruba's one, like it's just mad, it's deep, fam.
It is deep.
It's actually a deep thing.
It's deep.
I didn't realize how deep it was.
Well, I kind of, yeah, after at a certain age, when my cousin was born, you get me, we were going to church in Ilford or whatever, and their dad was the main pastor. He had these marks, these ones, yeah. He had those tribal marks on his face, yeah. But he was like the pastor of the church, yeah. But they were from South though, Brixton. Or Brixton Hill area, yeah. So yeah, when the young brother was born, all the other brothers and sisters are way older than me. You know what I'm saying? They were like big people in a sense. I was a youth, like I don't think I was more than like 9, 10 or something. But anyway, yeah, when this youth was born, boom, they brought him to the middle of the church, put him in the outfit, and then my cousin Samuel as well. My actual, like, what do you say, third cousin, yeah, is also born the same way as well. He's grown. He never cut his as well. Mad. No one else has got it. The dad ain't got it. You got to say, the mom ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? The other brothers and sisters ain't got it. He's just got it. Boom, just locks. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. They are believed to be special and have unique spiritual capabilities, like the gift of healing, extreme intelligence, and physical strength. Known as Dada from Yoruba culture in Nigeria, these children are born with naturally matted or locked hair. The hair is similar to dreadlocks, and is difficult to comb. But the difference here is that the dada is more predestined and not by choice. Okay. Local people believe that their strength and overall good health are tied to their hair, and it must be therefore not be tampered with or groomed. The Igbos of Nigeria call them Elena. There you go.
Yeah.
James. Wait, is he there?
Yeah, he's there.
Yeah. The Igbos of Nigeria call them Elena, translated to mean child king, a name given to them largely due to the nature of their hair, which is likened to a crown, and also because of the belief of toughness such children possess. Dada children are known to be very fragile and must be taken good care of, especially in their formative years. The Igbos observe natural traditional rules when dealing with a dada. For instance, it is believed when the hair of a dada is combed out or cut, the child will fall very sick and could even die. Samson, apart from the mother of dada, no other person must touch the hair of his children. If any other person mistakenly touches the hair, he or she must give money to the child or tie a cowrie of their locks to prevent them from falling off.
About coins, remember?
Yeah. Traditional national Nigerian families further believe that their dada children are gods and offer them to the shrine. The chief priest now decides their fate. Some do not touch their hair and serve in the shrine for the rest of their lives, and even take over from the chief priest when he dies. Others have their hair shaved off. Most of them have their hair shaved off before puberty or adulthood.
Told you. You know what I'm saying? It's not impermissible to have it cut off. It's but it has to be a ceremony.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in a royal household, it's something else.
Shaving a dada hair must, however, be accompanied with a special ritual, which is usually performed by the chief priest presiding over the child.
What did I say?
After the ritual is performed, the hair of the dada is collected into a pot of water containing special herbs and kept by the parents of the child.
That's what Jedi said. Yeah. Delil after Delil.
The portion can be used as medicine in case the child falls ill. It's believed that the child who doesn't go through this ritual would die within the 3 days after the shaving.
That's what he said.
In recent times, Christian parents would rather have a Catholic priest do the shaving. You see? Now we've been converted now, taking the priest. These things don't work, man. Take them to the traditional priest.
Exactly.
It is believed, particularly among Igbo communities, that dada children are the reincarnations of deities and other great men and women, and such children often lived in isolation. The trend is now changing as one the advent of modernization. Many of them are now being largely accepted into mainstream societies. Families are also increasingly locking the hair of the children, hence it is generally hard to even distinguish a natural born dada and a made one. There you go.
It's deep. I'm telling you, it's not no jokes. So I got super mama and she had super children. Special.
Wow. I didn't know.
And even now, my mom still does.
I didn't know this.
A lot of natural healing and all of that. She has some special powers, I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? The woman definitely special. She got some priestly gene. You know what I'm saying? She into her church, super. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look at my screen.
What? Oh, black women.
Look. Oh, whoa.
Yeah. What's this, Second World War?
Yeah.
God damn. They had no mercy, did they?
No mercy, bro.
When they show aunties and grandmothers out on the battlefield and that.
While their women were home.
So, yeah. That's the real African stuff. the Dada, the thing, and there's many others in many parts of Africa who share those traditions. I'm sure.
Let me put the link out there. And put the link out there.
Yeah, did I? Oh yeah, did I kick some religious people in the nuts earlier? With my religion. But yeah, if you're a Christian and you follow the Bible, you're basically doing Hinduism. Let's talk. Let's talk about it.
You see, I was going to next. This is what I'm going to. Boys, is the Prophet Muhammad prophesied in the Hindu scriptures? Michael,
I'm not sure. I don't. Would you say Christ? The idea of Christ, yeah. But I don't know about no. I don't know about that. I remember that Christ supposedly is buried. One Christ is buried in India. You know what I'm saying? They say they got the body of Christ in some big tomb and Don't know who that is, but yeah.
yeah. I want to play a little video. Eric might find this one interesting. See the video I want to play next. It's peak. That's all I'm saying. Wow. Look out for this video. Some of you might have watched it. Was I put you to the guy's channel. But we're talking about the Christ and everything. I want to drop this little video and it's going to tie in as we go along anyway. Don't worry, people. Let me find this video.
FTK Sunday.
Let me find this video first. Oh, that's what woman done one thing. I didn't even play the tune today. What's going on? What's going on, Beefy? Let's get these people awake. It's Sunday. Come on. Let's give them something holy, something from the scriptures.
Yeah. Told the doc my heart was burning. He just gave me Gaviscon. I am like a vagabond, traveling through Babylon, searching for the God inside. Internal tetragrammaton. A humble brother full of pride, trying to get my balance on. Foggy with a crooked smile, witches want the magic wand. Most of my life's been doing crime, robberies with valleys on. J Gamble Street dreaming like my GOC in Paris 1. Left my son too many times, wondering where his daddy's gone. All the years I spent inside, my story's not a lavish one. Wish I could go back in time, reverse the damage that was done. All the pain I felt in life, just fuel me to carry on. It's probably where my passion's from. It's probably where my talent's from. It's probably what kept me alive when my mum and grandma's gone. That's why I got so many sides, a happy and a savage one, a tranquil and a manic one, content and a famished one. I'm for peace, let's squash the beef, but never been a salad done. I could get your carrots gone, smoking on the highest strains, like where'd you get your cabbage from? Greener than the Amazon, a jungle with my chalice bomb. I get my Congo natty on, feeling like a pot of gold, sliders and a trackie on. Everybody's Iron Man till I get my proton cannon on. Then they're looking out their diagrams in the station, getting their ballad on. Told the doc my heart was burning. He just gave me Gaviscon. I am like a vagabond, traveling through Babylon, searching for the God inside. Internal tetragrammaton, a humble brother full of pride, trying to get my balance on. Foggy with a crooked smile, witches want that magic wand. Most of my life's been doing crime, robberies and valleys on. J Gamble Street dreaming like my GOC in Paris 1. Left my son too many times, wondering where his daddy's gone. All the years I spent inside, my story's not a lavish one. Wish I could go back in time, reverse the damage that was done. All the pain I felt in life, just fuel me to carry on. It's probably where my passion's from. It's probably where my talent's from.
Humans, for the most part, don't have a clue. They don't want one or need one either. They're happy. They think they have a good bead on things.
Not today, not today.
Secret people are smart. They can handle it. The person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it. 1,500 years ago, everybody...
FTK in the building. People are about to get triggered, baby.
The earth was flat.
Woo!
15 minutes ago, you knew that people were Imagine what you know tomorrow.
Listen.
Red pill trip. My bronze heel crushing the head of the serpent could never be a servant.
This is not for certain.
This is not a sermon. I am not preaching. This is just conversion. I am just speaking, tearing down the curtain. I am not peeking, looking past the veil now, third eye tweaking. Channeling demons, they think they're just doing yoga. Couldn't open your pioneer
with a crowbar.
You need to read that fine print a little closer.
Listen, listen. Listen, family.
I don't want one or need one.
Listen. It's Sunday, FTK, yeah, Pray Talk Killers in session. It's about get busy in here. It's about get hot in the building.
Yo, what you got up your sleeve, bro? I'm nervous. Yeah.
It's about to get hot in the dunya.
You sound like you got an evil plan, bro. Ah, shit. Sounds like the immaculate tabernacle is the doors are open. You get me? The league of offensive bad guys have convened. The triune. The stars are in the right places. You get me? Ah, shit.
It's big. If you ever take a shahada.
Yo, I'm playing. I'm good cop today, bro. I'm too tired to be bad cop.
Yeah, I'm in a bad mood.
Yeah, you're in a bad mood, so you're bad cop. You always bad cop anyway. I'm good cop, man. I'm good cop today.
I just bring the balance.
Right? Yeah, the balance.
Let's go.
So what is it then? Talk to me, bro.
You're gonna see. I'm gonna play a video after this.
All right, cool.
But why the big secret? People are smart. They can handle it. The person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it. 1,500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was the center of the universe. 500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat. And 15 minutes ago, you knew that people were alone on this planet. Imagine what you know.
Imagine what they're gonna know after the show.
My bronze heel crushing the head of the serpent could never be a servant. This I know for certain. This is not a sermon. I am not preaching. This is just conversion. I am just speaking, tearing down the curtain. I am not peeking, looking past the veil now, third eye tweaking. Channeling demons, they think they're just doing yoga. Couldn't open your pioneer with a crowbar. You need to read that fine print a little closer. That shit ain't from the divine. You're actually practicing obia. They say I'm wise like Methuselah's core. It's not a lie, but I'm wild like Cthulhu at war. Pilot my own mind. I got no use for their laws. I got some juice in the drawer. I make that music that's raw. I'm down to boot in your door. I know some shooters and some uses distributing the raw. A couple 9 to 5 dudes, a man that's fluent and fraud. But I ain't sure what none of them would really do in the war. So I say my highs and buys, and that's usually all. They ask me where I'm from, and I don't really know, cause I've been everywhere. I never felt at home. My soul glows in places you don't go. I roll, inhale it, and blow smoke. Watching the world moving slow-mo. Worshipping trannies and rappers dressing like homos. While they stockpiling underground bases, trying to fill another wing with 100 brown faces. Money rules everything. Love got downgraded. Microwave generation was popping, replaced with sacred. And I don't mean geometry. I'm talking about your sovereignty, subconscious autonomy. Try to talk the things, I am deemed an anomaly. I ain't here to talk about drug dealing and shopping sprees. How often I bust my heat and scream on my fucking G. Pre my philosophy, I'm deeper than Socrates and secret prophecies hidden by the Vatican and demonic monarchy. It's like my teardrops are dry. I ain't got nothing left to cry. The good die young, all the bad guys are left alive. Staying around, the poem from a restless mind reminds me of some shit. The other day I said to pepper guys, eat them up like burgers, extra fries, keep the grass cut but still pack insecticide. Enemies of progress, forming a form of locust. My brain's in a constant state of abnormal focus. They say I'm going in. Of course I know this. I'm brutally body bag beats, they're forced to notice. Lyrically I'm UFC, but physically I stick a blade in your neck like a USB. Born a hustler, now I ain't changing my occupation. I blaze haze and see my face in a constellation. What if the sky's a hologram? I'm really underwater. They want a zombie fight. I'm weak for the slaughter. That's why they're trying to give your daughter an eating disorder. Your leaders are here to trick you. Do not believe the reporters.
Jeez! Do not believe the fucking reporters. Listen. Let's get into this. Big up everyone in the building. Marshall, I see you. It's murder scripture, I see you. Jan Haggins, I see you, darling. Listen. It's about to get busy up in here. First piece of evidence coming up. Okay, what today? I want to try to tie in relying on the genes, religion, the second coming of Christ, Hinduism, Krishna, Jabulon, Rasta. This is all one order. Yeah, I mean, we can't deny that. Good old Gabriel Selassie was a Jesuit. I mean, we can't deny that. Man was always up in the gobs. So we're gonna keep it real with that one. We're gonna tie in all these things, but I want to have a little video. Yeah, I want to bring some things our people should be doing. I want to start with this video, then, but I want to go on from here. Let me drop the delay. Number one. Let me share my screen. We're ready.
Scattered on earth, join us today as we focus on practical uses of our time. We train our minds to infuse ancient spirituality into our thinking, recreating that thing which made our ancestors great and masters of civilizations on earth. They created complex civilizations like ancient Egypt, Mohenjo-Daro. This is our only real hope today. And you can watch one of our videos to explain this thing. But today,
we'll go into that as well.
On the second coming, whether Jesus is coming back again or not. Is the hope of Jesus' second coming, rapture, or going to heaven psychologically dumping us down? Why did anyone who tries to predict the dates of second coming fail or will fail? Will the second coming solve all Africa's problems? Do we know? If you are waiting for the second coming and believe it, you may probably be following a huge heresy, a scam, and spiritual blindness. We are going to share only one reason, the big reason why a belief in the prophecy of the second coming of Jesus will always fall flat and fail you. It is time to use a microscopic lens. Jesus' second coming, an editorial correction. Truly I say to you, there be some standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom. Matthew 16:28. This verse proves that Jesus was mistaken. It is very clear, despite apologetics, that he believed he would come back during the lifetime of some of the people that heard him say that. It was a lie. Why is the second coming an elusive prophecy? Why would we continue to think he was divine when he lied? Many so-called inspired or called out pastors, preachers, teachers, church founders, and modern prophecy purporting to be spirit-filled or to have the Holy Spirit grinded their teeth, and they lied when they prophesied the date for the return of Jesus. Even Jesus lied. Let's show some of these. Billions believe without facts. And this causes their minds to be closed to facts and proofs. If you are an African and a member of the Seventh-day Adventist, your church leaders lied too. Your church was founded on a lie. The 1844 failed prophecy, which later became the Great Disappointment, and some followers of the Millerite stock formed the Seventh-day Adventist, which continue to teach the imminent return or expected soon coming, but now scared of setting dates for it. Some Baha'is claim that Miller's prediction of the year 1844 was in fact calculated correctly and refers to the advent of the bulb. Another lie. The Bible itself, we use it because it is their book. Says anyone who prophesies and makes predictions that fail is a liar. has not been sent by the divine, and that he should not be feared. So why do millions of Africans still follow these liars? Africa follows lies and hence lacks to have a developmental philosophy other than waiting on so-called biblical promises. Here is another one. Herbert W. Armstrong, here he says, brings you the plain truth about today's world news and the prophecies of the world tomorrow. He also said in 1975, the world will come to an end. He lied too. The other one is the president of the Watchtower, the founder of the Watchtower, who calculated in 1874 to be the year of Christ's second coming. And until his death, thought that Jesus had already come back but was invisibly present and ruling from the heavens. From that date prophesied. Charles Russell, in 1974 predictions failed. And he predicted that there will be end of harvest and the rapture of the saints to heaven for 1878 failed. And that the final end of the day of wrath in 1914 failed. 1874 was considered to be the end of 6,000 years of human history, failed. So how would people continue to believe and go to the Jehovah's Witness as black people?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Michael, you there?
Yep.
What do you always say about 6,000 years?
Boy, I told you 6,000 years. Human history. Is that what they're telling you?
What? Do we lie? Do we lie?
We don't lie, man. We never lie.
What is this? Watchtower and Bible Tract Society. Jehovah's Witness. What is this one?
Okay. Which one?
That's Charles there. That's Charlie there, right?
Yeah, that's Charlie. Charlie boy.
Charlie
Russell.
Yo. Fucking out.
But yeah, man. Human history, 6,000 years. I can't agree with this, man. This is fuckery. You know what I'm saying? I've always been saying it. They say, "Oh, where'd you get that?" No. The Bible's not 6,000 years. It's not. Okay, cool.
But Charles don't get a say though. He don't get a say on how old the Bible is. He's
but
no, he's gonna jump on what his contemporaries are dealing with.
Well, this is the calculation they use. All the Bible's calculation.
No matter what, they're all dealing with the 6,000. Whether it's 7-day Adventist, thing, Catholicism, whatever, Roman Catholic, all of that. All dealing with 6,000, bro. Somebody gotta accept it. You get me? FTK, baby, FTK. Continue, Evie.
Failed. And the 7 times prophecy, the calculation that you get in the Levitical 7 times cases or 7 times that puts them.
Whoa. What we saying? What's this?
Hold on, I missed that, man, because it's bare noise on my ear. What was that last bit?
Let me go back.
As black people and believe in such teachings, which failed. And the 7 times prophecy, the calculation that you get in the Levitical 7 times cases or 7 times that puts them to 1914 like that, where he said the coming of the one who is the legal right to rule, it never came. So these are the teachers that have failed. Martin Luther failed. Several Christians failed. So if Africa can only know that the modern day belief in Jesus and associated traditions like the second coming are all a lie, they will never be Christians. Then they would understand all the other subtle subjects and avoid these false prophets altogether, because they sell false hope and are spiritless teachers. Listen, there will be no second coming. Why? Because there was no first coming. How do we prove that? First, Jesus did not even know when he will come back. He too gave a failed prophecy of coming back soon, so he's a liar. Many of his followers and leaders calculated dates of his second coming and they failed, so they are liars. Lied. Nothing has happened or will happen in that context. How can we be so sure? The Nicene Creed was not the first European set council that created Jesus. This is the answer now we are giving now. When Alexander the Greek conquered our empire 333 BCE, he wanted to become a real pharaoh, a true pharaoh, in spirit and in flesh. That's the only way you can rule black people. Either deceive them or become like one of them, or steal their doctrine and reverse them. He failed. The African priesthood resisted. However, his successors manipulated a section of African priest sellouts who allowed.
Whoa, where's all this Bible?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, beefy.
Whoa.
Leave him. Let Uncle FTK, man. Let Uncle FTK.
Their initiation in a very long, convoluted way. The Melkite African priests created a new deity for the Greeks. It combined our ancestor Ausari and the sacred bull Apis, and thus the aspects of death, resurrection, healing, and divinity, now thought to be exclusively for Jesus, are of African tradition, based on ancestor veneration. Africans believe their ancestors become spirit. So that's where that came from. You can read of that.
Pause. This is why my man was dead in the water yesterday. You get me? Ezra was dead. Yeah, took man's foreskin. Pause. You get me? All roads lead to Kemet. You want to tell a story about Osiris or Horus, and you get me? I'm telling man, look, this is Christ. This is thing. How's a man spunking up a little? Stop that. Get your facts right, son. Get your facts right. Go on, play thing.
From the book by Walter Williams, The Historical Origin of Christianity, which you can get from Amazon and other booksellers. Buy this book. There has never been a man that ever walked the earth in human form of any race, creed, or color by the name of Jesus Christ. Serapis was an invented god in 320 BCE. He was a composite of several Egyptian and Hellenistic deities who were introduced to the world at the beginning of the Ptolemaic Greek period in ancient Africa during the reign of Ptolemy I, Sota or Savior. Serapis Christus was meant to form a bridge between Greek and Egyptian religion in a new age in which their respective gods were brought face to face with each other, so that both Egyptians and Greeks would find union in a specific supreme deity. H.G. Wells' Outline of History, Serapis. This is the fact, a correct fact. So the basis of a historical or mythological Jesus are given here. They are clear. Our ancestors refused to worship this European god from 320 BCE to about 451 ACE. Facts from the book, The Historical Origins of Christianity by Walter Williams. We read, at this point, Sylvester I began to set up his own council of bishops, sell out African here, and clergymen who went along the bribe or donation. So they received a donation or a bribe from Constantine. Together, they started the foundation of the pagan religion called Christianity. This can be attested by starting the council meetings of Nicaea I, the dates given there, Constantinople, Ephesus, Chalcedon. From this study, one will be able to see how the created image of Serapis, which we have shown, was made to be Christ, and how the creation of the pagan religion called Christianity came into being. It took 751 years from the creation of Serapis' image in 320 BCE to the Council of Ephesus 431 BCE to transform this European image of Serapis into the pseudo-Messiah, Christos or Christ or Jesus today, with all the associated doctrine that were formed across the ages by the Catholics, who are the Christians of Rome and Greece. Therefore, the Council of Ephesus has to be the starting point for pseudo-Christ, and the Council of Chalcedon must be used as the beginning of the pagan religion called Christianity. If you are told about a Jesus Christ, Christians or Christianity before the Council of Ephesus 431, ABCE, or the Council of Chalcedon 451 ABCE, or even a Christian church, as purported in the New Testament, in Acts, before the building of the world's first Christian church, the Hagia Sophia 532 ACE, you are being misled on purpose or out of ignorance. This is the first church.
Whoa, I thought Paul built the first church. Whoa.
Theodosius community in Turkey. This is Christianity, a European religion. The Nicene Creed didn't give the birth of Jesus. There were controversies there. Arius refused it, and African priests refused and was punished during that meeting. Why? Because Arius knew the concept of the origin of this Christ, that he was not a son, that he did not always exist, but was created by the Melchizedek Coptic priest for the Greeks, not for us. And for 751 years, our ancestors refused to bow down to this idol. This belief about Jesus is grounded in the Gospel of John, the Arius beliefs, 14:28. You heard me say, I am going away and I am coming back to you. If you loved me, you would be glad that I am going to the Father, for the Father is greater than I, which means he is not greater than the Father. He did not exist with the Father. He was created as a created entity. Created where? In Memphis. By who? By Melchizedek Coptic African priests who sold out. They were the bourgeoisie, the rich amongst us. The Lord created me at the beginning of his works, Proverbs 18:8-22. So it's clear. There certainly was a council held by Emperor Constantine at his palace in Nicaea between May 20 and June 19 in 325 AD. And at this meeting, the bishop discussed many things. Christianity comes from plagiarized Greek philosophies that were stolen also from Kemetic mystery works. Thus, the issue of the second coming is a post-canon and a totally misunderstood African traditional concept of ancestors coming back again as spirits. Umbuiso or Chenuro clarifies that. A second coming is too far and a huge lie. This has been solidly proved. The hope that Jesus is coming again or there's a rapture is a lie, is dumping us down. Why did everyone who predict the dates of the second coming fail? Because the first coming is a lie. Will the second coming solve all African problems? No. Do we know? Yes, because Africa is the richest continent with the millions of believers in Islam, in Christianity, and all these others, save only ours, and we are a failed continent. So if you are waiting for that, you will die in vain. The modern concept of Jesus and associated traditions are not always correct, even with the books that they read. All preachers that preach about Jesus are preaching a Greek philosophy, a Roman philosophy, a European philosophy. There is no time to waste with them. To all conscious Bantus scattered on earth, join us today. We are focused on practical uses of our time as we tap fantasy for real solutions to our challenges. Let us resist the lie and infuse our ancient spirituality into our thinking as we create and recreate that thing which made ancient Africans masters in all on earth. This is our only real hope today. There will be no second coming. Subscribe to our channel, Community Hebrew Ethics.
Yo, yaga. Delay number one there.
Fire.
Yeah.
I mean, how much of Uncle Ford is what we say normally? I don't understand.
Yeah. So there, a word which kept coming up, Malachite. Menelik, Malachite. Any familiarity in that? Is there any connection to that?
Not really. But what's his name? Menelik. Yeah. The Menelik of Selassie's time is not the Menelik of ancient times. You know, like Shiva and not Shiva, the Queen of Sheba and Menelik. Yeah, but that's not. It's like 4, 5, 6 generations of people using the same name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm saying these people, when they're the priestly order, if they've been there for time in that area, priestly order,
Yeah,
holding the original text.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, exactly. We told you this already. We told you that the original order, the oldest order on the planet, is the order of Melchizedek. Any other order came after that. You know what
Now
I'm
I'm
saying?
saying the ones that was what I was looking like this thing of the was the oldest Bibles in Ethiopia, yeah,
Right.
yeah, and
Coptic.
then the Delio,
They're the original Coptic Christians, yes.
yeah, so Malachites, isn't it?
They're not Malachites, no.
Who were the sellouts?
The Coptics.
And the Coptics.
Huh? Coptic Christians, the first ones were Ethiopians.
So I'm saying, isn't it?
Yeah. But I don't know about Malachites and all that.
Maybe, yeah.
Or something much older that doesn't relate to, you get what I'm saying? That doesn't relate to, more relates to Egypt and much ancient stuff rather than.
So the sellout were the Coptics, yeah?
Yes, bro. Because remember I said that's how they translated from Greek to Coptic to Demotic to, you get me, heretic, you get me, before you get to the Medinetta, and they're only stuck to the Coptic, is what I said. You get me? So from the Coptic translation is how they get their translation of what they're calling hieroglyphs and all of that type of stuff.
Let me add scripture quickly.
So it doesn't even go back to the actual the text or the language. What they're translating is from the Greco-Roman, like the Rosetta Stone and all of this type of nonsense.
Scripture, jump on scripture. I've added you, sorry.
But yeah, boy, 7-Day Adventist got punched up. Jehovah's Witness got kicked in the nuts. And well, boy, we told you, Serapis. We told you, Christos Serapis. We told you about the meeting. We told you. Yes. FTK. Normal. Light work.
Amen. Right.
Yeah, man. Send out that link, man. Punks jump up to get beat down.
I don't know, my hangers, I was like, I don't have control. If I send the link out and someone jumps on,
yeah,
I don't know what's happening in my hangouts. I don't have the control thing on my hangout.
Can you give man the control?
I can't even give you the controls. I can't even set up the controls. No, I don't know what's up with this hangout. So on this page, on my other pages, it works all right. On this one, can you see?
There's not even a control panel on there.
Yeah, I don't know what I've won with that. That's why I'm sending the link out.
Yeah, but you can do it the other way. Though.
What's that?
Oh yeah. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But you know how to, innit? I could do it.
How to?
I could send the link out.
No, I've added people.
Oh, you added them, okay.
Yeah, I don't say that put the link out and get the troll jumps on, but I mean, people get triggered today.
Yeah.
I want people jumping on and just kicking man off and spoiling the show. It's about to get busy in here. Today, I've talked about. I have to give delay now. If you don't like the delay, well, you don't like the delay. Them days arguing long gun. Okay, my next one. Okay, let's see.
The scripture talking about.
I had a scripture. Jump on scripture.
Get in here. Marshall, want that work? Let's get it.
Zulu is there. Marshall is there.
Come on. LNG White just got messed up. Anyway, that was just quick. That was easy.
I think Zulu missed that one. Let me play that one back for Zulu. I think he missed that one.
Yeah. Not a leg to stand on.
Let's just give him back that delay again. Let's give him a quick delay again. Zulu, you watching this?
Come on, Eric. Where's Eric, man? Stop talking, man.
Of Ephesus 4:31, or the predict the dates of second coming failed.
Wait. Let me play this for Zulu. Eric, let me
fail.
Wait 1 sec.
Will the second coming solve all Africa's problem?
Marshall, we're also going to take the science of a diffs in a minute.
Oh shit.
Don't worry, I'm fair.
I have to just give him 2 bucks in the comments just now. Still, big up my brothers. Well gone.
Hey, whatever. You got home good yesterday?
Very well still, brother. Very well still. I mean, I wasn't going too far from where I was at anyway, so I was calm.
Yeah. Let me just share this again. Zulu, you're in the chat, yeah? What's your Zulu is in the chat? Are you in the chat, Zulu? Yeah. Okay, I see you there. Check this out.
Do we know if you are waiting for the second coming and believe it, you may probably be following a huge heresy, a scam, and spiritual blindness? We are going to share only one reason, the big reason why a belief in the prophecy of the second coming of Jesus will always fall flat and fail you. It is time to use a microscopic lens. Jesus' second coming, an editorial correction. Truly I say to you, there be some standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom. Matthew 16:28. This verse proves that Jesus was mistaken. It is very clear, despite apologetics, that he believed he would come back during the lifetime of some of the people that heard him say that. It was a lie. Why is the second coming an elusive prophecy? Why would we continue to think he was divine when he lied? Many so-called inspired or called out pastors, preachers, teachers, church founders, and modern prophecy purporting to be spirit-filled or to have the Holy Spirit grinded their teeth, and they lied when they prophesied the date for the return of Jesus. Even Jesus lied. Let's show some of these. Billions believe without facts, and this causes their minds to be closed to facts and proofs. If you are an African and a member of the Seventh-day Adventist, your church leaders lied too. Your church was founded on a lie. The 1844 failed prophecy, which later became the Great Disappointment, and some followers of the Millerite stock formed the Seventh-day Adventist, which continue to teach the imminent return or expected soon coming, but now scared of setting dates for it. Some Baha'is claim that Miller's prediction of the year 1844 was in fact calculated correctly and refers to the advent of the Bab. Another lie. The Bible itself wills it because it is their book. Says anyone who prophesies and makes predictions that fail is a liar, has not been sent by the divine, and that he should not be feared. So why do millions of Africans still follow these liars? Africa follows lies, and hence.
Okay, there you go. Baha'i Faith. I've sent the link out. Eric, you've been called out. Zulu, I sent you out. Hey, Marshall, added you on today. We're going to get busy in this BH. Today, we're going to get some realism isms. Yeah, let's get it cracking. This is the top of sharing this. Yeah.
Yo.
Yo.
What's up?
Well, a man like Zulu.
Good morning.
Shalom, shalom.
Good morning. Or afternoon, I meant. You guys going to the park?
I don't think I'm going. I'm tired, man. I did some outreach yesterday.
It's a nice day today, though.
This is England, bro. Nice day, what? Windy out there. It's not that warm. Yeah, yesterday was warm yesterday, man. And I'm tired. I was on my feet most of the day yesterday.
Yesterday was awful. It was raining and cloudy all day.
And it's been busy. It's been a long week. I want to rest today. But you never know. We're going to get some mutton chicken.
Some mutton chicken.
Mountain chicken.
Oh, mountain.
Yeah, so yesterday we out. Wednesday we went out.
Yo, Marshall's being cheeky in the chat phone. He always swerves the debates.
I've added him.
He's not gonna come on.
I was on to talk about the science of hadith.
Bro, I could slap him upon the hadiths any day, bro.
Any day. I know what the science of hadith is.
What's up?
Yeah, but today also I want to deal with Christ, Krishna, the Coptic Church.
Yeah, the Coptic Christians in Egypt, yes.
Egypt. Are they the ones in Ethiopia, yeah?
No, the Ethiopians are Orthodox.
No, they're
Ethiopian.
not. What are you talking about?
Ethiopian Orthodox. They have their own sect of Christianity.
It's Coptic.
It's not Coptic. It's called Orthodox. It's Ethiopian Orthodox. It's not called Coptic. Coptic is Egyptian Christians.
Bro, they are the first Coptic Christians. The first 5 popes came out of Ethiopia, bro.
Do you know how the Coptic Church started? You do know the apostle. You do know the apostle Mark went into Egypt and started belief there, and that's how the Coptic Church came about from Mark himself.
I've got delay for this.
Yeah,
type in the origin of the Coptic Church, and it will tell you Saint Mark or Apostle Mark went into Egypt and they started a church.
What about your Baha? What about your Baha? Huh?
Me, I'm not no Baha. I burn that thing.
You're not.
That's New World Order, bro. I don't support that crap.
Is that true, Beefy?
What?
Is that true? What are you saying?
I don't know, but listen, I don't type in some wrong information. I've got a link or something I can follow.
Bro, did you not hear what Eric was breaking down about that Baha thing? He was saying that one language, one this, one that. Does that not sound New World Order to you? Or am I just making things up?
Well, it's part of your thing. Didn't you see that deal? It said
nah, it had nothing to do.
It said 7-day Adventist, Jehovah's Witness, all believe in the prediction. Yeah, which is part of the So
yeah, I've got one thing to say about that vid. I watched it when you were playing it. It was actually pretty bad. I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of disappointed because I actually thought this guy was credible.
What do you know about?
I'm not saying he lied. I'm saying the information that he brought isn't new. I know about the Great Disappointment. I've been knowing about the Great Disappointment. Actually, as a matter of fact, I was taught about it when I was a kid. So we know, okay, this guy, William Miller, for those who doesn't know, William Miller, yes, he read the book of Daniel and he wanted to basically predict when Jesus would come. So he's reading a lot of, I think it was Daniel 6 and 7. And there was a passage talking about the cleansing of the sanctuary. And he thought that meant it was the cleansing or the return of Jesus coming to earth. But no, actually, that passage was talking about Jesus cleansing the heavenly sanctuary. So what happened was people were waiting until 1844. They sold their farms. They sold their houses. They're waiting on the hill. Jesus is coming today. Everyone, woo, woo, woo. He didn't come. So a lot of people lost their faith. A lot of people went away from the church. And out of that came along. Sorry, go ahead.
Was Ellen G. White part of that people?
Ellen G. White wasn't even believing at that time. She was a Baptist. She wasn't even part of any Seventh-day Adventist. And there was no Seventh-day Adventist. The Seventh Adventists came out of the Great Disappointment.
I'm saying she was part of them, isn't it?
No, she was one of the ones that started it along with other people, but she wasn't in it before. Before she was SDA, or she started SDA, she was a Baptist, like an average, like fundamental Christian, go to church on a Sunday, She's a Baptist.
She was influenced by the Baha'i faith.
No, the Baha'i faith has got nothing to do with the SDA faith, because the Baha'i faith is a Persian cult in the Middle East.
No.
It's got nothing to do with the SDA, Southern Baptist, or Relief. The Southern Baptists have got more influence on us than the Baha'i faith. I'll admit that, but even nowadays, we differ from the Southern Baptists in many ways.
Southern. And when we're saying Southern, we're saying Southern America, aren't we?
I'm talking about the Baptist church. When I said Southern Baptist,
you're talking about Southern Baptist of Southern America, innit?
No, it's America. It's the United States, but the southern regions of it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. The southern part, like Mississippi, all of those type of places. You know what I'm saying? New Orleans and all of that.
But nowadays, because we keep the Sabbath and we keep the dietary laws and so on, we differ on many beliefs. So we kind of don't see each other.
Today I'll try to focus on the second coming of Jesus. Do you believe in the second coming of Jesus?
100%.
Wow.
And okay, do we know when the second coming is?
No.
No. So what's like in the video when Jesus said, "Some of you will not die until my second coming"? Was that a lie?
He was talking about the generation he's coming.
Hmm?
He was talking about the generation that would witness his return.
No.
For example, let me give you an example. We all go through, the Bible talks about the first death. There's two deaths. The first death is when you die of old age or you get killed or whatever, natural death, right? In the human realm and natural death, right? The second death is hellfire. We all go through the first death unless Jesus returns. The generation where Jesus returns won't face first death, because when Jesus returns, they'll be given new bodies and they'll go to heaven. So some people won't face the first death, especially those when Jesus returns. So he was talking about that generation. When he returns, they won't face the first death. They'll just go straight to heaven.
Matthew 16:28.
That's the one, yeah.
Truly I say to you, there be some standing here who shall not taste death till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom. So you're talking about the people who are standing in front of him.
Right.
He's talking about the generation that will see him return.
No. Listen, man. Truly,
I'm not going to argue with you. I told you my opinion. I'm not going to argue with you. If you don't believe me, if you don't agree with me, then I'm not going to force you to agree with me. I told you my opinion.
Can I read the verse? Can I read the verse?
Do it. Go ahead.
Truly, I say to you, they be some standing here. So who is he talking about there?
People in the room, or people in the space, or wherever they're gathered. Obviously.
We shall not taste death till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom. So you want to talk about future generations. You're talking about the people who are there in front of him.
Right. Some of them won't die, no?
I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just reading the verse.
I gave you my opinion. If you disagree, we agree to disagree. I'm not going to argue with you on things anymore.
No, that's why I'm not arguing with you. I'm asking you what does it mean when it says?
I told you what it meant. You don't believe me. So what's the point? I told you what it meant, innit? So just disagree with me, innit? Simple.
Okay, cool.
I add Eric. I mean, you added Eric yet?
Eric is added.
Beefy, I know real one though. You need to get Marshall on here so I can debate him on one of these days, because he's always swerving. Makes all these sly comments.
It's added.
But you see how he's not coming in? He won't come in. I told you he won't come in. He's a keyboard warrior.
Yeah.
Do you know what's funny? He tried to make a slight comment here because you were playing the video and he was like, yeah, the Bible, we all know the Bible was copied by the Kemetans. Then I asked him, I did the smiley emoji, what about the Quran? And he was like, no, the Quran isn't copied by anything. I was like, wow, you need to get your ass on here, boy. Bring that ass over here, boy. Get this work.
Eric, I added you, Eric. You added.
Yeah.
You need to get this work.
He's on his way, mate. He's probably coming from the balcony to the to the bedroom. Yeah.
Marshall's like Zulu's a lost soul.
Should have stayed on the balcony.
Yeah,
You're gonna need
this guy's a funny guy, you know. He needs to bring his ass over here, man.
You Marshall?
Yeah, man's saying Zulu's a lost soul. The Paul is a false apostle.
Right, yeah, he's right still. He's right still.
He's right.
He is right, but
wow, you're gonna turn your back on me, Maku.
Yes,
you're gonna betray your own. You're gonna betray your own nephew, bro.
On ideology, you know you're getting FTK'd. You know that. You know what I'm saying?
I feel betrayed, man.
Obviously, no. There's very love for you, but on the ideologies, nah, I can't have it.
I feel like you side more with I feel like you side more with Islam than Christianity.
No, man. I told you, we don't do religion. We don't rely on a jinn, man. Come on, stop that.
But I've never seen you back up a Christian in a debate. It's always backing up a Muslim in a debate against a Christian.
No,
I've always seen you do that.
Because no. You see me debate my Muslim brothers. You see me debate Christians, and they've run.
I've seen you debate Muslims, yes. But when Muslims and Christians are debating each other, you pick the Muslims.
Bob the Builder not a Christian? Is Bob the Builder not a Christian?
When have you defended Bob the Builder?
No, I'm saying not defend. Yeah, I've defended Bob the Builder. What are you talking about? I've been there when he was doing his what was it? Takbir. Who was he arguing with? He arguing with someone, and me and Gary.
So I saw a video when you were arguing with Cain.
With Cain?
Yeah,
I made Cain, didn't I?
You argued with Cain?
I made him, didn't I? I made Christian Jets.
But where's the argument with Muhammad Hijab or any of the Muslims? Because you only argue Christians.
Yeah. Bro, yeah, there's there, man. Come on, man.
The video with me and
Ali Dawah, when I fucked him and Ali Dawah up. What are you talking about, bro? You need to check my resume.
You debate Ali Dawah?
Bro, there was no debate. I just blasted him. You get me?
Send me that video. I'll watch the video.
I make man fix up, man. Bro, come on, man. You need to go to COE, bro. I got like, what, 70.
Because you've debated a Hebrew Israelite, a Christian, but I've never seen you debate Muslims hardcore.
70-something videos, bro. Hebrew Israelites, everybody, bro. Uncle Ty, with Uncle Ty, against Muslims, and thing. Bro, I've done it all, bro. It's not, you know, it is, bro. My resume is my resume, bro.
But be honest, if you were to be honest, like who gets it the most?
What?
You have to agree. You give it to the Christians the most. Be honest.
No, Muslims. I said, specifically this year, yeah, I said, you know what? I'm going to focus on Christians because they now, because of man have allowed them to do their thing, yeah, have become so powerful. They don't play like they've got all sorts of characters and blah, blah, blah. But obviously, they have to respect the difference. They forget themselves now and again and like, call me over. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, come over here. Yo, I want to talk to you. Hatton, you think I'm that guy, yeah?
Oh, so do you do more debates off camera then?
Nah, some of them film and then when it gets sticky, they turn off the camera. That stuff never appears out there. But the general debates, yeah, I've debated it. I don't know who I ain't debated. There's no one out there I haven't debated. Adnan Rashid, whoever. Like, what are you talking about? I've been there a couple of years, you know, now, Zulu. And the most in the beginning, it was definitely debating until man started doing the gang thing and putting in work. And then now it's the stage where no one don't want to debate, man, because they haven't got the capabilities, man. It's just, it is what it is. And their argument is revolving. You get what I'm saying? It's the same.
How come there isn't many Nawabians at the park?
No, there doesn't need to be. There is, but there doesn't need to be like openly. They try to tend to hide their identity in that. You know what I'm saying? And play games with people.
Well, some secret shit, like Freemason shit, like you hide that shit in there.
No, it's just like you don't cast pearls amongst swine. You ain't hard to obtain.
Oh, shots fired! Shots fired.
Hello. Because when you do stuff like that, like my brother Callum, yeah, and you tell man certain stuff, it comes back, and all of a sudden you worship baboon. You see what I'm saying? When that was not information that you were supposed to give out. You understand? Because the man overstand it, and turn it into a weapon against you. You see what I'm saying?
I think that's one thing I need to learn on, focus on. Like someone makes a claim or point about your beliefs, and you just don't even address it. Sometimes it's just a waste of time.
It's not about addressing it. It's like
some is general information, but
Yeah.
some is like it's sacred. It's like, yeah, you did join some orders. You know what I'm saying, to learn certain information, and you can't be just giving it out. Knowledge is power. If they tell you knowledge is power, then you can't just be giving it out.
Like if someone comes up to me and says Jesus is white, yeah, depending on the tone of how they said that, I might actually just walk away with it. I might not even address it, to be honest with you. It's just pointless.
But no, I hear what you're saying, but there's information and there's outformation. Now, a lot of the time when I'm talking, I mix information and outformation, and I needed to learn to differentiate or separate the two. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I have information which is general, like what everybody else knows. You get what I'm saying? And then I have outformation, which is extra information. You get what I'm saying? That would make the first set of information more understandable, but they would never put the other information in the public domain.
There's levels as well to this understanding. So if you go to school, same thing. Like if you're at school, you just don't go to school and then they give you your A-level exam straight away. You have to go through the first year, second year, all levels for you to understand the A-levels. So certain same information, it's going to be understood if you go through certain schools of thought. It's more to do with spirituality and stuff like that. Not to do with what you said really. So if you say give out the wrong information, you said you use language. If the language you're using is meant to define something spiritual, then people take it literally, which is the problem. So if a person hasn't got the right knowledge, they'll get misinformed, or misinformed public.
Yeah, and we can't have that. We can't have that, really. You know,
that's what we get with relying on the jinn. Religions. It's people who went into this school of thought they knew what they were talking about, and tried to twist it. Some did, some did, and manipulated others.
Right. This is obvious to see, plain to see.
Well, today I want to focus on Jesus Christ and the second coming of Jesus. I see Brother Erica joined in. We saw the Baha'i faith. You believe in this second coming of Jesus Christ? Do you, Brother Eric?
I didn't know they believed in that.
It said it there, yeah. It said it there.
It must be the Antichrist if they believe in that.
Oh man, low blows.
No blows, no personal stuff. Let's just keep it.
Come on, you've been low blowing me. So
when did low blow you?
Bro, when you were playing that video the whole time, you were throwing little tiny little.
How?
You know,
name one.
I ain't got time. I don't remember any, but I know you was.
I was focusing on the Malachites, who the Malachites are.
Okay.
I stick on code, bro. I'm sticking to my topic. I want to get the same kind of Jesus Christ, but I'm trying to link. I could be right, I could be wrong, but I'm linking Christ to Krishna to Hinduism.
No, good idea, but you know, you do you, innit?
All right, and that can be proved as well. Thing, because they say the tribe of Christ are those fuzzy wuzzy.
The tribe of Christ, from Judah, you mean? Tribe of Judah.
Right. So when you see them in their flesh, they're called fuzzy wuzzies, or what's that other name? But even if you type fuzzy wuzzy in the computer, beefy, you'll see them.
Hinduism came from Kemet. It's very obvious.
And they look like Indian man. You know what I'm saying?
But this is the thing, Maku, Hinduism came from Kemet.
Hinduism
came from Kemet.
Nah,
Kemet came from Kush.
No.
Unfortunately.
Kush is the cradle of civilization. Everything comes from Ethiopia. Everything comes from Ethiopia.
No, it doesn't, bro. So.
It's a fact, bro. Why do you think the Egyptians had to go and get a wife from down south, from Nubia and Ethiopia? whenever they wanted to make it.
Zulu,
stick to your faith.
Zulu, I have a question for you.
There's no, bro. That's my people. What do you mean stick to my? I'm a freaking. I'm an Egyptian. I'm a Ethiopian.
Eric,
I got a question for you.
Eric, still good.
Will you answer?
What is it, Eric? Eric, I can't hear you.
Yo, Eric is charging his gun still. So I gotta get this ready.
Can you hear me now?
Zulu, I'm coming for you, boy.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
Zulu, I have a question for you. Will you answer?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Can you hear me now? Gentlemen, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. I can
okay,
hear you
Zulu,
now.
I got a question for you. Show your proofs that the Baha'i faith is a cult of Persia. Okay? Show and prove. Zulu.
Okay, where did it start? Okay, let me ask you a question. Where did the Baha'i faith start?
No. Don't ask me any question. You made a statement. You made a claim.
No. I'm gonna prove it by asking you a question.
No, don't ask me any questions. Prove your claim.
No. This isn't a debate. This is a discussion. This is a discussion.
You're using my lines. Oh my day.
I'm not using your lines. You use my lines. How about that? You use my lines.
Come with your proof.
Beefy, I've been using these lines, bro. These are my lines.
What's your proof? What do you use to substantiate that, Zulu?
Okay, let me tell you where I got that idea from. Let me tell you where I got that idea from.
Yeah.
I think it was last week, right? This boy came in talking about his faith. Oh yes, you know, this guy from Persia, this guy from Persia started this belief.
One sec. Yeah. Eric is a respectable man. Eric's never rude to nobody, so please don't go there with him. Thank you. Let's keep it.
Was I being rude?
No. Go there. Hold
on. Beefy, was I even being rude though?
This boy.
Go there.
Bro,
you know I'm joking, man. Come on, man.
Don't do that. Don't joke. I already told you all before. When I talk about my faith, it's no joke. I don't joke about it. I'm dead serious about it.
All right, I won't joke around. I'll pipe it down. I'll pipe it down.
Bring the little Zulu. Come on. We're gonna make out of you yet. Come on.
I ain't gonna lie, yeah. My claim was based on what I heard from him on the show when he was questioned and it was asked about the Baha'i faith. And he mentioned something about Persian guy. He mentioned something about why there should be one language, and I just started going back and forth with him on that. So you interrupted me. Hold on. You interrupted me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that how you want to do this now? You want to interrupt me?
No, I want you to show your proofs.
So let me speak. Let my words on my proof.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
So Eric, you're better than this, bro.
Hold on. Let me moderate. Yeah.
You're better than this too, Zulu.
Let me
You're
moderate.
better than this too.
Yeah. Michael, go moderate. Yeah.
If you make a claim, knowing this as a man and articulate man, you know you have to show your proofs for your claims. And your word is not
real. Eric, can I ask you a question? Is anything factual what he's saying about you mentioning the origins of the Baha'i faith coming from Persia?
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So what am I making up, Michael?
What I'm saying is this: Zulu claimed that the Baha'i faith is a cult coming out of Persia. Yeah. I want him to show me proofs as to give me an explanation. Where is the root from? Okay.
So you already answered the first part of that because you said it came from Persia. You answered the first part of it. So I got that right?
All right.
Yeah. So, that doesn't make it a cult, does it?
So no, I'm gonna show you it's a cult. I'm showing you it's a cult now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Show me.
You're questioned on your beliefs that day, and you answered speaking about love, and all religions are speaking about the same God and love, and all of this basically new age. This is basically new age. See, look, he's refuting himself. Listen to what he's going to say now. Listen.
Hold on. 1 second. Zulu.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm correct here, but I swear when I saw the Baha'i faith, yeah, I'm seeing the things that came out of it. So like Jehovah's Witness and Seventh-day Adventist. So
the Baha'i faith is nothing to do with Seventh-day Adventist.
1 second.
What?
So when you're talking about when you're talking about New Age, yeah, include yourself in that. Do you get what I'm saying? If you're gonna say
no, Maku,
no, yes,
no.
yes.
When I said New Age, I don't mean the time it came around. I meant its ideology. The ideology is, for example, love wins, right? The whole LGBT.
Hold on. So but time is significant though. If it's before your thing, if it's before your thing, you can't put any aspersions on it.
It's not. I don't care about time. That's a genetic fallacy.
Right,
just because something came before something.
Don't call it
Maku. New Age doesn't mean time. I'm not talking about the timing. New Age is an ideology. It's a belief. It's a type of belief.
Like your one.
No. New Age I can even change the word New Age for esoteric or occult.
Okay, so your one then.
No, not my one, because my one doesn't fit any of those categories.
Oh, it doesn't.
But why? But hold on, Michael. Why are we reflecting? This is what you're doing now. What you did at the park, yeah. A Christian is debating a Muslim. You go with a Muslim. You're doing it now. Let me in and Eric. Don't go in. Let me and Eric do our thing in it.
You're saying key words, yeah. But from what we were just shown and displayed, I'm just confused because I'm
by one video.
I saw 7. Yeah, but hold on. I'm saying 7-day Adventists. You already agreed that after the the depression or the whatever,
the Great Deportment, 1844.
Right. Because of that, Ellen G. White was influenced by that. So I'm like, okay, so you have to make that connection, and then that prediction.
But that's got nothing to do with the Baha'i faith.
Yes, it has. It's directly related to the
Baha'i faith, man. This is foul, bro. This is foul, bro.
All right.
How come you're not pulling up Eric, man? This is what I mean.
No, bro. But as I said, we were gonna get to that, but you keep making statements. Do you get what I'm saying? That are like, yo, bow, like hold this. These are definites, confirms, and all of this type of thing. When you call
it is confirmed.
When you call someone's faith or whatever a cult, yeah, be very mindful, yeah, that you're in a glass house throwing big.
No. People can call me a cult, but if they can't prove it, it's pointless. I'm telling you, based on what he's explained on that video, to me, okay, let me clarify. To me, it sounds like a cult. How about that? Is that okay, better now? To me, it sounds like a cult.
But you have no proof, right?
Okay, I just told you. I told you. To me, it sounds like a cult. So I don't need to bring you proof.
Okay, then fine. So that's just your view, right? That's your.
Okay, so why don't you explain your faith? Explain your faith to everyone else, and let's see if they find it a cult.
Not today.
I've done it, and I've put links for information on it. Okay. I don't hold no secrets.
Today, I'm dealing with the second coming of Jesus
Christ. Come on, or Krishna. Sorry.
This is so lame. Why are you switching sides on me? I thought we were dealing with Baha.
Topic of today.
You're all
the title isn't we're discussing the second coming, is it?
What have you been doing the whole show?
Okay, man. If you're gonna switch sides, do what you want, bro.
I'm switching sides. Eric believes in the second coming. That's why he came on. Eric, do you believe in the second coming of Jesus?
Do I believe in it? Symbolically, yes.
Symbolically, see? So he obviously doesn't.
So what do you believe in?
But the point of the matter is this, okay?
So hold on.
Why I believe in the symbolism? Why I believe in the symbolism of the second coming of the Messiah, Christ, right? I have before me here, okay, scriptures of my faith, which explains why I believe in this. Okay, you understand?
Yeah.
Now, now the thing about it is, I can put a link in there and tell you what book it's from and exactly what chapter it's from. Okay, you can read it for yourself and make your judgment if you want to. I don't keep secrets. You understand me?
That's good. Yeah, that's cool. Zulu, you see?
Or I can read it directly from the book right here.
See, we're going back to Zulu now.
You see it? Do you see
picking sides, Beefy? I know.
Do you see it?
No way.
You see this book here?
You see, like, Zulu, you see? See, you're picking sides.
Look. Do you see this book here?
Yeah.
This is the book that I can read from. Okay, or I can send a link with the title of the book, the year it was made, it was published and everything, an exact chapter of why I believe in the symbolic return of Christ, or the second coming of Christ. Okay? I don't keep secrets.
Eric, put the link in the back chat in the front chat so people, but read from it now. But
Okay, I'll do that. I'll do it. I'll do that because to read it would take too long. So I'll put the link there.
Yeah. Oh, you can read a little passage from the book if you want. I don't mind.
Well, but it's long. It's like it's
good because it's a question and.
Do you want me to read it?
No, it's a question and answer thing, in it. So
yeah, I don't know. But the second
question, you can answer it from in the confines of that book. Yes.
Yes, and
yeah. That makes sense. That's
what I'm saying. I'll read it. If you want me to read it, I'll read it.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. In the sense of, depending on the question that's asked, obviously you can find the chapter or thing, but at least we know you've got a tangible book, evidence. You get me? That's your deal because yours is real and tangible. Because we're not that biblical and that new school that we don't believe in books. I make
throwing shots at me again.
Huh? No, that's the shots at everybody who thinks they're a scholar, yeah, and don't read books and use Google and Wikipedia for everything.
Very biased. Very biased.
I don't think.
Hold on one second. If you accept
Let me say something.
Yeah,
I don't claim scholarship. Okay, I don't.
No. But it's good to read. I'm just saying.
I claim to be learning and developing into becoming a Baha'i, the faith I believe in. That's what I claim, and only that.
You have the books on it, so that is a good tangible thing. You know what I'm saying? Because like to be a 7-day Adventist,
have the books as well.
Hold on one second. Man's not bringing forth the books of Ellen G. White necessarily.
I've got them, Maku. You've never asked me.
Okay, you've got them, but
I've got Steps to Christ. The what's it called again? The conflict. I've got all of them, bro. You've never asked me. You never showed me.
When we ask you questions on it, you don't seem to. You get me?
Because I don't. Because to be honest with you, I felt disrespected the last time we had a conversation about it, so I don't like talking about it.
It just sounds a bit shady. That's all.
Ask anyone else here. I've debated. I've talked about it to many people who are respectful. Who are respectful to me. I've talked to them about it.
So listen. Today, I'm focused on the second coming of Christ. So if you got any books you can reference, which you can read from, drop the links for, that'd be good. I'm not trying to mock you. So and honor the second coming of Christ is real. It's my question.
Yes, it's real. It's real.
So when we talk about it, if you can reference the Ellen G. White, where she references something like what Eric is doing, he's referencing his own books to show you why he believes this, why he believes it. That's all
I don't necessarily need to reference Ellen G. White. I can use the Bible. The Bible is more powerful than Ellen G. White's writings. I don't need the Ellen G. White's writings to know this.
Yeah, but it would be good for people who are 7-day Adventists to believe what it's to be good.
But Beefy, all she is, in her books is just commentaries. Like, for example, you can write commentaries on our people. For example, you can look at the Shona beliefs and you can write a book on it. Doesn't mean that you've started it or it's all about you and they came from you. No, you're just writing about someone else's faith. She's writing about the Bible, giving commentaries.
I hear you, but
that's all.
I hear you, but it was like this. We're always just sharing knowledge here, yeah. So someone could find that how I read is interesting. So I don't know why you're scared to share out the high information. Like I don't like you're hiding that you're hiding something from the
You're trying to say I'm hiding the information.
No, you know what it is like.
Listen, I'm a level 3 Mason. I don't want you to know the truth, Beefy. That's what I'm trying to do, okay? I don't want you to know the truth.
You're doing 7-day Adventist Takia, yeah?
Yeah, guys, I can't tell you. They're gonna kill me, guys. I can't tell you, seriously. I can't tell you.
Okay, cool. Well, Eric. So, Eric, yeah, is there anywhere in your books where it talks about the second coming of Christ, and you said it was a symbolic? Yeah.
Yes. This is why I'm going. This is why right now I'm on Google. That has it, and on Google it has the same information in the book that I showed to you.
Right.
I can read it, or I can put a link in the chat.
I don't mind you reading. I don't mind you reading. The link is there, so people can do the research. When we here, I'm trying to do people learn to show people how to do research, because I have to do my own research. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's good, right? Yeah. Well, you can read from your book, Eric. We know, so everyone knows.
Okay.
So yeah,
okay, I'm going to start
with coming of Christ. Yeah. All right.
I'm going to read now. Listen. Now, this is chapter 26, Abdu'l-Baha, the successor to Baha'u'llah, right? Some answer questions is the title of the book. Okay, it says here, the second coming of Christ in the day of judgment. It is recorded in the sacred scriptures that Christ will return and that his return is conditioned upon fulfillment of certain signs. When he returns, he will be attended by those signs. Among them, the sun will be darkened and the moon will not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven. At that time, all the tribes of the earth shall mourn and lament, and the sign of the Son of Man shall appear in heaven. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Now I'm going to a footnote, okay, from this paragraph. It's footnote 85 to chapter 26, where I'm reading from. All right. I'm looking up the footnote because it gives direct reference, I'm sure, in the Bible where this was quoted from. All right.
Yeah, no problem.
Because see this here, this ain't nothing to play with.
We'll see.
Wait a minute, hold up. Let me find it right now. And this is from compare Matthew chapter 24, verses 29 to 30. Okay, I have the Bible. I can read that from the Bible too. All right.
Yeah.
Now let me go to Matthew. Let me go to Matthew chapter 24, verses 29 to 30. Hold on just a second. All right. Chapter 24, verses 29 to 30. Immediately after the tribulation of those days, the sun will be darkened and the moon will not give its light. The stars will fall from heaven and the powers of the heavens will be shaken. Then will appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then all the tribes of the earth will mourn, and they will see the Son of Man coming on the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he will. Wait a minute.
Okay, now I have a question for you.
Me too.
Is this allegorical or is this real? You said it was a symbolic.
This is supposed to be quotes of Christ himself saying this.
So this
Okay.
No, I'm saying when is explaining all this happening? The sky starts falling.
This is allegorical. Of course, it's symbolic, man.
So what the tribes? So explain the allegory then.
So hold on. Are you saying that's Christ's words, or are you saying that's Mark's words?
I'm saying this is Christ's words. I'm saying this is Christ's word.
This is Christ's words via
Christ's words in the book of Matthew, chapter 24,
okay,
verses
so
29 to 30.
Matthew recorded Christ's illness, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So it's not.
That's what I'm saying.
Not Christ, is it? It's second-hand information, yes? It came from an eyewitness, supposedly.
Okay, fine.
Right.
All right.
All right. So
okay.
What
all right. Fine. But the point of the matter is this. Okay. Well, fine. But I can make your argument. I can make this. I can make another argument though, Marco, based on your argument. Okay. Can we prove or disprove that this didn't happen? Can we prove or disprove Jesus didn't say this? Because neither one of us was there, right?
Right.
But I want to know, yeah.
So
following us, what does it mean?
This is giving a symbolic image of what will happen. Okay. When at the return, second coming of the Messiah. Okay. And I'm reading in reference to that. Okay.
Okay.
As I told you.
Is the sun a star? Is the sun a star?
What are you saying?
Is the sun a star?
Is the sun a star?
Yeah.
I believe it is.
Right. So
I believe it is.
If the sun ever fell from our view or went into another orbit, what do you think would happen?
Everything on this earth would die.
Right.
We need the sun. We need the sun for growth.
So
we need the sun for
what that,
perpetuation of the human species.
right. So what that allegory is basically telling us is that when the stars fall from the sky, like when the sun drops out of view or goes into night, or just goes completely out of orbit. Because if it goes completely out of orbit, there is no next day or nothing like that. Do you get what I'm saying? So it can't be that. So it must be an allegory for something. Maybe from day to night. Maybe.
Yo, Beefy, can you see my camera?
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know this is.
You know what I'm saying?
I get you, Michael.
It might be from day to night, but we definitely agree that it's an allegory. That it's not a story.
Oh, indeed, yes. It's allegory because it's symbolic, of course.
Right. So the words that are about the prediction of Christ coming again and blah, 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 Christ's words, again, still going to be through another conduit, like John. So we're saying revelations are Christ's words. Everything else is a form of hadith, in a sense that people who rode or was around Christ gave their accounts. Right?
Okay, yeah, I get you. But the point of the matter is this, though. I understand your questioning, which is a symbol of doubt. I understand that. However, if we doubt, right, we have to find out what the truth is, right?
Okay.
And that means that there has to be proof that either what I'm reading is utterly false or that it's utterly true, one or the other. There is no in between, right?
I think there's an in between, and I think that's where you're.
Okay, what's the in between?
The in between is that it's based in some truth, yeah, but majority of it is fiction.
I would say that it's only fiction in the sense that I don't think that this is going to like physically happen that way. Okay, this is why I agree with you that it's allegorical, but the message itself, okay, it's not physical or earthly. This is the spiritual message.
All right,
understand that's coming from Christ, right?
Right. If it's a spiritual message, and we go to the language
at its root, isn't it?
Well, no, not really. I mean, it's a simple thing that Christ means anointed. Anointed is a ceremony, or a initiation. You get what I'm saying? Like a baptism, you get what I'm saying? And in Africa, we used to anoint kings and queens and prophets and all of these type of things with crocodile fat and all of these type of things.
Yeah,
so this is where the idea of anointing.
Yeah, there was a period of time with the divine right of kings.
Right. I'm saying to be anointed, to be the anointed one, yeah, is not unfamiliar to us. But this Christ concept or Christos, you know what I'm saying? That Serapis, you know what I'm saying? Which which is based in your biblical origins or your text of what you're dealing with. Once you say Jesus and all of this, this is what the character they made up. This was the evidence that we brought forth. That look,
well,
they came with the idea.
They didn't call him Jesus.
They had the idea of Christ, because we were just talking about Christ. Forget about Jesus. You get me? Or Jesus. You get what I'm saying? Because that's Greek, but we don't want to go there because we know that Greek influence within the Bible. Do you get what I'm saying? The whole of the New Testament, yeah, and it seems some passages out of the Old Testament even. You know what I'm saying? Because words being used, Apollyon,
but then we
type of stuff. The Greek, Hades,
right,
and all of this. This is all Greek. So the whole point is we've been telling you that these Alexandrians, these supposed fake Egyptians, Jewish, Roman, Greek, whatever titles they want to put on themselves or change their names to, which is quite evident. You know what I'm saying? Are giving you these concepts of Christ, of God, of the Holy Spirit, of the Trinity, of any type of concept that you have. Do you get what I'm saying? It's still based in that book you've got in front of you, which is a King James version again, which ain't even close to the original text.
Okay, but Michael, then the question is, did Jesus Christ exist and preach to the masses or not? That's the question we have to ask. Because if we're going to judge anything that is attributed to the teachings and preachings of Christ during his lifetime, okay, the question has to be answered: did he exist or did he not? Did he preach to the masses or did he not?
Well, there was a person named Yeshua Bar Mary or Bar Gabriel, should I say? Yeah, he lived 2,000 years ago. Yeah, but still has nothing to do with the story that you lot are running with.
Why?
Because his story is not the same. You know what I'm saying? The location.
What is his story? What is his story?
The location and everything has been changed. You get what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying is this. Okay, then fine. Show me Yeshua's story then, so that I can be enlightened. This is the point I'm making here. You see what I'm saying? I don't expect you to take my word for it. I show you my proofs. I tell you why I believe what I believe. Okay? Now, if you're saying, okay, this is far off from the story of Yeshua,
right?
Okay, then fine. Show me the story of Yeshua so I can read it and see it for myself. You understand what I'm saying? I'm only asking for fairness here.
Right. So you would need to go to more ancient texts. You know what I'm saying? Or more or
Okay, fine. But can you give me a reference, guide me as to where to go? Marco, that's what I'm asking you, man.
Well, no, I can send you the information. That's different.
Okay,
But,
fine. Do that. Put it in the back chat.
Yeah, no. I'll you send me your email and I'll send you
Okay, cool. That'll work. That'll work. I'll do it right now.
Cool. But as far as what we're talking about, Christ, Jesus, Serapis, bro, we know who that is. That is from a different time. That is not that individual. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna
like I say, when you send Yeshua's story to me, okay, and I have a better understanding of what you're saying, okay? Because right now what we're talking about is purely conjecture then, right?
Yeah, no, not really. I mean, because obviously when you get that story, you get a better understanding because that individual didn't die on a cross or none of that. That is not the individual story. You know what I'm saying?
That's the point, Marco. I need to see it
and even in the Islamic version, you can clearly see that this individual does not die. Do you get what I'm saying? If anything, he supposedly transmutates, and the other guy is meant to look like him, which is actually Judas. So it's Judas who dies on the cross and all of that type of thing. So you don't want to be worshiping Judas. That's up to you. You get me?
Well, it says that Judas. It said that Judas was the first one to deny him.
Judas is a dead meat.
And that Peter, and in the Bible, it says Peter denied him thrice, 3 times.
But as I said, the main thing is I don't know. Like your research methodology is good to a certain extent, but it's flawed as soon as you open the Bible. As soon as you do that.
Okay.
This is not factual. Hold on, this is not factual. This is not historical. It doesn't fit any of those requirements as a form of evidence. You got what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's all circumstantial, or should I say?
Okay, Marco, I hear you.
Right.
As far as it's like, that's why I said what we're saying right now is conjecture.
We don't want to bring the old argument of prove Christ outside of the Bible. You understand? These are questions we've asked in debates with Christians, and they've been stuck. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's not play that game.
No, yeah. Me today.
But Marco, what I'm saying is this. Okay, first of all, as I wrote in the live stream chat, I'm not going to debate anybody about religion and faith. I'm not going to do that, and I'll tell you why. I'm not going to do
Christ.
Because no. What I'm saying is this: I don't debate it. Why? Because from what you're telling me right now, I don't know. So there's a question mark in my mind about Yeshua, okay, aka Jesus Christ, right? Now you said that you can send a link to show me documentation about Yeshua, who you're talking about, right? I have to read that. I have to see it for myself and then make a judgment. I can't make a judgment without seeing your evidence, Marco. You understand what I'm saying?
That's fine, man.
So when I see that documentation, okay, the discussion goes beyond conjecture. It goes to evidence. You understand? There's no reason to debate evidence. Okay, you read evidence and you draw your conclusion, right?
Okay, this is what I'm asking. Yeah, the second coming of Christ.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where was the first coming?
Wait, Mike, 1 second. So if someone, like Eric, you said that it's a symbolic thing. So this Christ person, did he exist? And when I talk about the second coming, was it meaning he was coming back himself, or was it meaning something else? It's what
I don't think he's coming back. I don't think he's coming back in his body. No, I don't. I don't believe that. Nope, I don't. I don't believe that.
Okay, that's what I was trying to get to the bottom of the second coming of Christ.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, and no, I don't believe that he's going to come back, you know, in his physical frame. That I don't believe.
So when the reference to second coming, what do they mean by the second coming?
From what I understand is this, at least from those believers in the Abrahamic faith, right? The Semitic faith, right? That is the law of Moses, okay? That is the Gospels of Christ, and that is I will say the Holy Recitation, that is the Holy Quran, okay, which reveals what the Prophet Muhammad has to say, right, about the commandments of God to the masses. Okay, now as they are all waiting for, right? They're waiting for the return of the Messiah. Okay, now when it comes to the semantics of that, everybody has their point of view, everybody has their judgment, everybody has their own interpretation. And again, I agree with Maku. That's when you say, okay, well, now this is when the story becomes flawed. Therefore, I don't believe in debating people because of everybody's information, everybody's interpretation, everybody's use of semantics is flawed. What is the use of debating it? You don't get to the truth that way. You understand what I'm saying?
But
the point of the matter for me is this. The point of the matter for me is this. It's not for me to say, oh, this, that, and the other. Okay, I got you now, Maku.
No,
I got you now. I got you now. So that's not my way of thinking. I'm searching for truth, just like all of you. You understand what I'm saying? And all evidence that I have that guides me in that direction, the better off I am. Because I believe in God.
You see me, Eric, I'm different. I'm different, you see. I've got the inquisitive mind.
Yeah.
I like to question things.
Okay. Well, I have an inquisitive mind too.
So when I come here, I'm thinking out loud. So I mean, I'm hoping people can listen to me. I'm just thinking out loud. I'm questioning things. I'm not trying to say you're right, you're wrong. I'm just thinking, this sounds like a fairy tale to me. Let me investigate because I could be wrong. I could be right. Just my opinion. But if it sounds
right, I got you.
So I don't know why people get scared to talk about what they believe in or what they know. Most times people walk around saying this is real stuff. This is true. I know a lot of people say Jesus Christ was a human being. He walks around the earth. Yeah. So when you believe he said his words. So I'm asking, does Jesus Christ even exist? Is there any proof of it? About outside the Bible, is there any proof of this Jesus Christ walking around the earth?
I mean, then you would have to have historical evidence or archaeological evidence that is
exactly
he physically existed on the earth. Now I understand that. I got no problem with that. But the point of the matter is this: I'm not going to debate that question if there's no proofs one way or the other definitively. That's
so then the idea of the resurrection, the idea of all of that goes out the window. Then, if you can't prove that, what the hell? Doesn't make sense.
Well, that's the point.
And someone
the point of the matter is, right?
He died for our sins and all of that. That's a spin then. You know what I'm saying? Because if that's not the case, that's not the case then. Because Yeshua means Messiah. That's why it's not the same individual. That's why you could say Christ, Jesus. Like, who the hell's that? The one even from your book is meant to be named Emmanuel. Not Jesus. What?
All right, fine. Hey, listen, I'm reading from the book.
People better do their investigation. People better do their investigation
Oh,
and realize that once
see,
we go outside the realms,
Mhm.
once we go outside the realms of the book, what you're going to find is that the individuals talking about a Christ, are based in Alexandria. Our scholars, our Greek scholars, you get what I'm saying? They'll say Egyptian scholars even, but they're Alexandrians. Back to the same people we're telling you, we came up with Catholicism, we came up with all of these systems.
Okay, where's Alexandria? On the map of the world, where's Alexandria?
It's on the waters of
North
Egypt.
Africa.
Sea. It's on the coast of Egypt.
It's on the coast of Egypt. So it's in the country of Egypt, yes?
No, it's on the coast. On the coast.
If it's on the coast of Egypt, it's within the bounds of Egypt, is it? Isn't it? If it's on the coast of Egypt?
It's on the coast.
Yeah, it's coastal, yeah.
Is it within the bounds of the country labeled Egypt?
To the sea.
Yes, it is.
Okay, then. So it's in Egypt, yes? Alexandria is in Egypt, yes?
Wait,
this is a historical and geographical fact, right? It can be shown and proven to be true, right?
Eric.
But don't say in Egypt like it was in one of the major cities of Egypt.
When you
the
say
point I'm making is this: I'm not talking about in a major city. I'm talking about, is Alexandria within the boundaries of the country relabeled Egypt?
Yes. I hear you. But now I want you to explain to me when you say in Egypt.
What do you mean?
What I mean is this: if you have a city or a town, it can be on the coast, on the very coast of that city or town. But if it's within the physical geographical boundaries of that particular country, then it's in that country.
Okay,
even though it's not in a major city of
that no problem. We can accept that. So, but what is the point you're trying to make with that?
Well, I'm saying you say, well, this is Alexandria, and I'm asking the question: is Alexandria in Egypt? If it's Alexandria, it's Egyptian, isn't it? Because it's in the country of Egypt, isn't it?
No, not necessarily, because it tells
why,
you
why isn't it Egyptian then?
Because it tells the people that resided there.
Why is it called Alexandria?
Resided there for 3,000 years were not Egyptian.
Okay, then who were they? Who were the Alexandrians? Who were they?
They were thank you. Who's Alexandria? First, let's start with that.
Okay, well, then who's Alexandria?
Who Alexander the Great is. You know who that is, yes?
Yes, okay. So now,
who are they?
Right. So he's the founder. He's the founder, right? And he's general. Yeah.
Okay.
There. One of them named Ptolemy. Yeah.
Okay.
And became the Ptolemaic dynasty, the last dynasty supposedly of Egypt. Right?
Okay.
And they were called Greco-Romans. Right?
Okay.
Right? So we've already established on many occasions who these people are. They're Greeks, they're Jews, they change their name, they come over, they sit on the coast of Alexandria and write all these different texts. They even built a library, but they had no access to the real Egyptian information. So they remixed, they added their Hellenistic views and their pagan customs and created new stuff.
Right. Okay.
And Horus and all of this, Anubis and all of that. That's all them. You understand? And then along with that, they gave you Catholicism, as in Catholicistic or Catholistic or worship of the Sphinx, Cleopatra and Mark Antony's practice. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So as they move out from there and go back into Europe, they're going to become Romans. You understand? And then Rome is going to take on Christianity. Woo!
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then they dominated, the pagans now dominate this supposed religion that was from their cousins, who now reside to push it. You know what I'm saying? And then the rest is history. Once you get to Constantine, boom, that's it. He makes it the main religion, and You know, we got to sort it out from there. I'm going to take over Turkey. I'm going to set up Constantinople, and I'm going to need a book for my churches. So we're going to sit down. We're going to have meetings. We're going to create the concept and put these concepts together of Christ, yeah, or Christos Serapis, yeah, and we're gonna, yeah, that's how we're gonna move forward. So anyone writing any books after this point, yeah, that's the guy, and this is the result. All of the other books that we have now, whether it be the Holy Quran, whether it be the Torah, whether it be the thing, once they were written after that point, listen, this is where this Christ character was added, because in the old text there was no Christ. And the concept of it, yeah, is no older on the planet than in Egypt. So we know where they got it from.
Okay, then if that's the case, then we have to go to
so the second coming.
We have to go back to Yeshua, right? We have to know if Yeshua was a physical human being who walked this earth, preached to the masses, right?
All right, let's go to the oldest, the oldest version of the story, innit? Osiris, okay. Or Osaru. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the oldest version of the start of that story, of the Christ story, of a man resurrecting and coming back as his son. You understand?
Ancestor worship.
Right. So our thing is that second coming has already happened in the Egyptian sense, if you understand the mythologies and the pantheons.
Okay, well, who was the second coming? I mean, who was second coming? When did this come?
Children. The second coming of Osiris was Haru or Horus. You understand? This is why the other day when someone was reading something about Horus and him doing these type of stuff, I said, "Raw, this is the Egyptian version of Christ." You understand where the concept comes from in the first place? Like, come on, man, it's bare plagiarism going on out here, and no one wants to admit. Not all roads lead to Kemet. Unfortunately for you religious people, Abrahamic or not, all roads. You understand? We can go further than that ourselves as Africans, but all roads for you religious people or Abrahamic religious people, you get what I'm saying, or subsections, whether it be Baha or whatever, or Seventh-day Adventists, I'll keep it real and tell the truth. You get what I'm saying? This is small potatoes. Religion is nothing. In the whole thing, what's really going on? These Masons,
Marco, when you say this, I make claims and you make claims.
I'm not making a claim. I'm stating facts.
Okay, present those facts then. Present those facts so I can see it for myself. I can read it for myself then.
1 second. I'm stating
don't expect me to take your word for it because I'm not.
No, I don't.
Because you don't take my word for it.
I don't expect you to take my word for it.
I'm only expecting fairness here.
My words seem to hurt because they're.
Bro, you just gave him a nice breakdown as well, Marky.
Sorry?
I said you gave him a nice little.
I know. I tried soft it. I tried to give him soft.
But no. Don't soften it. Don't soften it. Show me evidence of it. That's what I'm asking. I'm not asking you to soften it. I'm asking you to show me evidence of it. That I can study for myself. That's what I'm asking.
So you heard my words though. So when I told you about the fire,
yes, I heard you.
Yeah, you can go look that up.
And I put my email. I put my email in the back chat. So you can send information to my email. Okay, so I can read it. So I can read what you're talking about. Okay.
Eric.
All right, cool.
Eric, when I showed the video, you watched the video, didn't you?
Like I say, I'm not the gotcha man. You understand what I'm saying?
No, I'm the fact man.
In the video,
now what I'm saying is this. Okay, you say I'm the gotcha man. It's fine. Show the facts so I can read it. That's all. That's all I ask. Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
In the video, they were giving references of all the meetings which came before. Yeah, they were giving dates in the video. Yeah, of when these meetings were held to discuss this Christ person. In the video, they also showed you that there was no church building until the Hagia Sophia was built. That was the first official church building in the world. So here shows you a pattern of things. So right now, I'm talking about. I thought we all watched the video, and or just what was on the video and then other disprove what was said in the video. In the video, what you're saying, there's no second coming of Christ. This Christ never existed. It's what I'm trying to discuss now. So if I was a proof to say he existed, or saying this is Christ the Messiah, is coming back, I want to see this proof. That's what I'm asking. Otherwise, for me, it's just a fairy tale. And I don't mind fairy tales. If you want to believe in fairy tales, that's cool.
Okay. All right. But okay, well, they're fine. That's how you see it. I understand that. All I'm saying is this, okay? Present your evidence, okay? So I can see it, so I can become enlightened, okay? This is. I don't expect you to take my word for what I say, and I present evidence showing you why I believe in the belief system that I believe in. Okay, that's what I do.
But
all right. All I'm asking is the same from you. Present your evidence. Let me study it and let me make my own judgment for myself. This is what I'm saying. Don't try to convince me. Okay. Otherwise, okay. Don't try to convince me. If anything, you're going to convince me. If you're going to convince me of anything that you think, okay, present evidence. Okay.
Can I talk?
Go ahead.
In the video, like I said,
I saw the video.
And in the video, before the video started, I told everyone, get a pen and paper. That's what I said to everyone before the video started. Get a pen and paper. It's going to be a bumpy ride. And in the video, the man was giving dates, counsel, when each person was derived. Yeah. So the evidence, I've already given the evidence. You know why you asked me to show me the evidence?
Oh, because Marco said he had evidence to present to me, and he asked me to put my email in the back chat, so I've done so. So I only asked that he would wait. I only asked that Marco present his evidence. Okay, I've seen the video. I understand where you're coming from. I'm not debating you. I'm not arguing against you.
Man. I tell you, check your email. Yeah.
Thank you.
But Mark,
but you know, because you're not listening to me. Okay, I'm not debating. I'm only asking for evidence of his statement. That's all.
You got evidence now. It's there.
Okay. All right. Fine.
All right.
And then I'll look at your evidence too, Omaku. Look at it or read it.
Number. Hold on. Page number. 1 second.
Yo, Eric.
Yes.
Am I on? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a bit confused, man, because like.
What are you confused about?
Matthew told you about like.
Telling me means
term.
nothing.
No,
evidence to me.
He said to you, yeah, that it's Greek term.
What
like
I'm
Hades
saying,
and all of that. Like
I know that.
Then he's told you about Alexander and these things. You know Alexander's historical. So why don't you research into Alexander?
What I'm saying is this. I asked Maku to present evidence to me. He agreed to present evidence to me. Okay? All right? Maku can speak for himself. He's his own man. So he's agreed to do this. Okay? So I'm going to read the evidence or look at the evidence that Maku presents to me. Full stop.
And then that's when you'll come back, yeah?
Okay? And I'm doing this out of the utmost respect to Maku because Maku says he has evidence that he's going to present to me. Okay? Right, this is not a debate. This is not an argument for or against Maku.
Eric,
never get that.
Eric. You need to go to page 1381. Yeah, in the text. Okay. 1381. Yeah. Just write that down anyway, just when you got time.
Page 1381.
In the email we sent you.
I'm writing it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because obviously it's not small document.
Okay, thanks, Michael.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
And then read from there, and that will give you the story of the individual you're calling Christ. Oh, it's not Christ, it's Yeshua. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, this actually Christ Jesus now is someone else. This other Christ Jesus guy is by the description, by the depiction, everything, even in the King James Bible, you can obviously see this was an old man.
But that's the point. That's the point, Marco. That's what I was asking for. Okay? It's not an argument for you or against you. Okay? I asked you a question, you complied with me, now I'm gonna look at the evidence that you present to me. That's it. That's how grown men do shit, right? We make our arguments, present our evidence for our argument, right? That's all I'm asking for.
This is
That's
fairy
all I'm
tale.
asking.
This is fairy tale.
If you say that,
Kill the
that's
fairy
your
tale.
view. That's your view. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm not going to take it upon myself, but I will read your evidence. Okay? That's the point.
I understand the pain and misery of being unplugged from the matrix. It's a very deep thing. And
That's all right.
when you're
That's
breaking
all right.
down, one second, when you're breaking down people's paradigm, you have to be a bit sensitive and very careful. You know what I'm saying? Because the reaction to it, it's like when people just turn vegan and you've been eating meat all your life, you might just go into shock because you know your body's not
indeed
the change. So it's the same with religion.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Relying on the jinn.
You know, yeah, to be released from it is not no joke. And I do find people wobble and the negative side comes out. And all because there's lots of spells and lots of codec by these Greeks and these Romans and these Jews or these fake Jews, I should say, yeah, who have had hand. The Piso brothers, you know, when you look up the Piso brothers and you realize they gave you supposedly in the New Testament the concept of Christ. What we gonna do about that? That's just another form of evidence to dispel this fairy tale. You know what I mean? Two Italian brothers or Italian family sat down and said, yeah, let's do this thing before the meeting. You know what I mean? And had themselves and then the name of their family inserted into the New Testament text. Like, what? Crazy. Stop that. Just like Shakespeare did.
Well, like I said, man, I'm going to read what you presented to me, or watch what you presented to me.
Yeah, man, definitely.
That's what I'm going to do because that's what I asked of you, and you have complied with me. So that's the least that I can do.
Information. Where I'm giving you the PDF. I got the actual tangible physical book. You know, like you have.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's how I wrote. You know what I'm saying? I wrote the same way. I got the books here, and where I can help other people update their information. Yeah, man, that's what I do. I take many people's emails and send them the necessary information. I do library in the park. You get me? With all even the Uncle Ties and all that. Take books from me and pamphlets and powerful information that I've got to pass on to my brothers and sisters. Right. But on this fairy tale business, yeah, man, I'm here to dispel all that. You get me?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The people who control our Abrahamic religions are not the best people, and they haven't got our best interests at heart. So I don't understand why any of us would believe or trust in any documents or anything that they propose to give to us. There must be an agenda behind it. Now, we being very passionate, spiritual, and you know what I'm saying, metaphysical people, not realizing our own powers, we are very like fundamentalists when we go into something. So if we're Christian, we are Christian. You know, when you go to Africa, like whatever they are, they just 110% into it. You know what I'm saying? And they follow it by the letter. But that can become a problem when the actual thing given to you was by the oppressor. You understand?
Right.
And said, yeah, look, I'm going to tell you this history. And funny enough, in it, I'm saying that I'm cursed. You understand? It's a play, it's a game. There's some game going on here. How are you the oppressed one, and now you're oppressing us? You know what I'm saying? You're the cursed one, and you say your brothers and thing will rule over you, but yet you're ruling over us. So you must be the devil's seed, because the devil seems to have children and have generations that's gonna, you know, argue and make fighting with Eve's seed and all of these things. They're giving you clues. You know what I'm saying? But they're just playing with your emotions. You know what I mean? Because they say knowledge is power. So why would they give you any knowledge of yourself? That's a no. They're never going to do that. Never going to do that. That's why I say these religions don't deal with the soul or the spirit.
You're relying on a jinn.
You're relying on a jinn on a demon. You get what I'm saying? On Zeus, Zeus, God of thunder.
Jabulon. We could name a few.
Yeah. Odin.
Okay.
God of thunder. Woden or Wednesday. We're still using it. You understand? This is all pagan. Real pagans. And to be a pagan is to be a Roman who does not conform to the accepted religion. That's it.
Of
So
course,
none of
yeah.
us can be pagans because none of us are Romans. None
Right.
of us are Romans.
Nature worshippers. We don't believe in sky
I
daddies.
believe that sky daddy stuff, man.
They call us
We
pagan.
were the sky daddy.
Sun worshippers, Africans. That's where the term sun worshipper came from.
Get me?
From these Romans calling us sun worshippers, pagans,
Yeah.
believing in nature, idols, wooden idols, totems.
Stay into the sun until you go blind. Madness. These are all Roman practices. These are all Hindu, Asian practices to flagellate, to wound yourself, to, you know, test the physical. Walk on coals, walk on fire, all of this type of thing, bloodletting. These are Far Eastern cultures. I mean, practices, and East African cultures and practices. You know what I'm saying? So even if a man say Hinduism and thing, it's all African. It was all African from the get-go. But someone tried to disguise what some of our brothers was doing, as we have yin and yang. Yin on the side, you got the Bantus doing what's right. The Pygmies doing what's right. Thing. On the yang side, you've got the Watutsis and the giants and the, you know, the Asiatic, the black Asiatics doing their practices, their Hindu practices. Because they are the only two people originally on the planet. So everything stems from them. But never get it twisted in the ideas of idols and things. That's ancestral worship. Because every idol that ever was made actually existed in the African concept. You understand? You can see it all over Egypt. What do you think's going on there? They can tell you it's Ramesses who built himself like 10 foot tall. And we respect that and we revere our ancestors. We don't worship them. You understand?
Right.
They are conduit. They are always a conduit to the creator. Like people bawl on about Adam, we would bawl on about, you get me, a particular pharaoh who by us is appointed, or by the forces of nature is appointed, yeah, or anointed, or the Christ, the anointed one, you get what I'm saying? Who's going to be our physical representation of the creator, or our pope, or our omnipotent. You understand? This is where the concept is coming from. You robbed them out of Egypt. They robbed them out of Egypt.
Right.
Straight. That fish hat and all that, that's Egyptian regalia. Depending what time, what part of Egypt you ruled. When you had the two together, you had that fish thing with the bowl thing inside it, that kind of curved to the top, yeah? That symbolized Upper and Lower Egypt. So there were different headdress at different times. You know what I'm saying? And then what you're calling priests,
right?
Scientists. We never had a priest. Priest for what? We would have to have a religion to have a priest. You understand?
Shaman, witch doctors were.
Yeah, we never had a religion. So how could we have priests? Oh, the priestly order. No, the scientists, the scientific order. That's what it was all about.
We don't have any priestly order.
Study.
We don't have any priestly order in my faith either. We have no priests. We have no priests whatsoever.
Our religion was science, and our science was for nature, to study nature. You understand?
Right.
So we're animists. Yeah. We study the science of nature because everything just comes out of nature. How am I going to make a laser? Out of nature.
All right.
I need a ruby. I need sunlight. I need a little box and a piece of glass. You get what I'm saying? Or should I say sand? Yeah. And I've got my tools.
Yeah.
I've got my tool to make a laser. I don't need all this technical stuff, microchip, all of that, special this and special that to heat it up so it can create a beam and all that. That's rubbish. So through the science of nature, we can do what man is calling science. But before, they were calling it magic. They were calling it miracles. Depending on the level of when the Europeans were translating this information. Because a lot of
they call it chemet. They say, oh, land of the blacks. No, the hiding the true knowledge. Chemistry.
For where you get the word chemistry from. We studied the elements.
But they won't tell you that. They go, land of the blacks. No, it's chemistry.
That's why it's car. That's why it's car. Your car and your bar. You understand? And the car is the physical, the blackness, the ash. You get me? The carbon. You understand? We gave you these symbols. We gave you. We broke this down millions of years ago. From atom to Adam. We gave you the circle and the dot. We broke it down a long time. So no one ain't teaching us nothing about nothing out here.
So there should be proof.
Yeah, everything is proof.
Okay, so there should be proofs of that, right?
Come on, man.
So we can see it in study
Everything
today, right?
is proof. That what?
Come on, man. No, you
structures that are there today. Yes, temples that are there today. Hieroglyphs that are there today. Every symbol you see out there is represented there.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm talking about.
The Quran.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hold on. The cross.
This is evidence,
the cross is the symbol.
Yeah.
The symbol of the caress, right, in Egypt. And it's the symbol of resurrection. You understand? So this symbol has its origin way before Christianity. You understand? Everything does. Anything you can name in your biblical thing, I can give you a Egyptian reference. Even down to your flood, even down to man walking on water. This is an Egyptian story of a particular pharaoh or this particular pharaoh telling his story in glorious technicolor. Because you know how they do. You know how we do as black people. I'm going to tell my story, but I'm going to tell it half-cocked. No. It's going to be glorified. When I took over the Nubians, when I did this, when I did that, when I blah, 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 I'm going to sound like Gandhi or Superman or something. But we have that capability because we had the ability to write and put down information. We never lied. We never lied. But we might have embellished and, you know, made it sound more glorifying. Battles sound better than they were. When you really just scrape
this is what I'm saying.
But those information will be down there.
See, that's the problem. Yeah, but see, that's the problem, though. That's the problem of semantics. When you embellish, it's a problem of semantics because then you confuse people. You understand? Because when you're trying to tell your story in a way that is glorious, to make it seem more than it is, like you said, Marco, just now, that's a cause for confusion. That's a cause for doubt, isn't it? So,
but
not really, because it's not,
isn't it?
Isn't it? Because if you're average, it's not your average individual, is it? These are your authorities, your kings and your pharaohs are your kings, isn't it? So the king's list the king, list his life story, list his family members, list his achievements. It's just normal. Do you understand? But the idea.
Hold on a second, wife is calling.
All right. What's scripture, man? Yeah, scripture knows anyway, man. Big up Step Nicely, man.
That's what I said. I asked you're cooking. Let me meet you. You're cooking or something.
When I went to the garden party yesterday, I took some stuff over there, and I took salt.
No one management to me.
I haven't got the controls. I mute yourself, Step Nicely. Sorry, I admit you're doing something. But this is the reality people don't want to face, man. The problem, like, you go to Egypt or Nubia, these people drew faces of themselves on walls. You can find their mummies, bodies. Yeah, their stories written all over the place. Their achievements recorded. I'm asking about Jesus. Where did he walk? Is there any geographical evidence or proof? Is there anything outside the Bible, we said that this guy was around. He said these things. I'm hearing symbologies, allegories. I want to know, man. I want to know. I want to know if it's true or not. That's all. That's all. I could be right, I could be wrong, but I smell a fairy tale in the air. Another thing as well I found, yeah. When someone says they believe in the Bible, it's easy to say you believe in the Bible. For you to say I believe in a fairy tale, that doesn't make sense, does it? How can someone say I believe in a fairy tale? No one believes in fairy tales. But they do. Hadiths, Qurans, Bibles, oh, fairy tales to my eyes. But I could be wrong. They say I took my shahada. They say Jabilon. I've been to Jannah. Have I been to hell? Listen, I want to know if Jesus Christ, he walked on the earth, it's just a fairy tale. Someone talk to me. Jump on and talk to me. Me at there, so. And I asked them, Marshall, I saw you ask earlier on, like, I really want to get into the science of a difference. In Africa, we do science of nature. But I heard a thing called the science of a diff. I want to know what the science is. Is it only applied to the diffs? Can it apply to everything else in life? I want to know if the science of a diff is real. I'm asking them. I was supposed to get Aki Muhammad Islam today will come and discuss these things, but I don't see him today. I don't see him nowhere. Like, yeah, he's gonna jump on, but it's all good. It's all good in the dunya. FTK, it's what we do. Eric is just getting a little massage from his missus right now, but there's a fire I gave him there. Michael gave him the fire. Let me go into a little ad break. Before I go into the next thing, I know Eric's gonna come back and he's gonna want to carry on talking about this. Steppers, if you can hear me, you have to unmute yourself, my G. But my hangouts is moving fruity. I ain't got no controls. 1 sec. Let me bust 1, 2 tune before we go into the next video. And we're going there. Where am I going there? So it's Sunday. Virtual killing. Listen, no second coming. Jesus Christ Muhammad. Where are you? Gunlin. Shots fired.
Many lost their life on the pavement. Souls cry, hearts break in an instant. My son said, Daddy, what you scared of? My only fear of death is dreams in a casket. So while I'm still here, I'm trying to live life. I manifest goals like I lived twice. Tell me just invest in your dreams, right? So I tell them that my parents already paid the price. Suicidal thoughts, yeah, I can't lie. I know now I couldn't even tell you why. Only when I looked in my son's eyes, I realized now why I didn't even try. Feeling like the only one.
After every dark night, it's a bright sun. Lessons after lessons, battling them demons, turning them into diamonds. So I get to one. Yeah, when you're stuck, try and push through it. You're stronger than you think. Just believe it. Anytime there's doubt, put some faith in it. Yo, there's power in your pain, never run from it. Like gold from the concrete, go through it. Life in a rush, take your time with it. See the bullshit and plant seeds in it. And at the very least, you can try and smile through it.
Some of the kids getting involved with guns and stuff are really, really young, aren't they? I mean, we're talking 12-year-olds, aren't we? What's that about? How come they're that young?
Because they want to be like our generation. They want to be like us. Yeah. Like after our generation grows up, yeah, the youngest, yeah, they're gonna be crazy. They're gonna be worse than us.
Sitting in the jail, cold as fucking as hell. Ain't nothing gangster when you locked up in a cell. Who am I kidding? I know niggas ain't listening, just talking on their cell, trying to make another cell. But where did we fail? Or who do we blame? So pointing the finger, maybe. Look in the mirror, but our reflection, we was taught as a born sinner. So our reaction is like, yeah, I'm that nigga. So I guess I'm that nigga that's never at home, always in the field, nigga. King of the underground, railroad niggas, yo, it's on where it's fun till I free my niggas. And this is why I pick up the pen. Raise strong boys, harder to repair broken men. My brothers read their ends to the very end, and mum is left mourning, but she's behind rent again. Yo, the fear of death has got me chasing bigger dreams. I want peace, but I also want that diamond ring. Trying to search within. I'm not sure if knowledge or cash rules everything around me. Cream, so I stay vigilant and trust in the God flow. I see tomorrow shit only God knows. Faith in every step and even with my last breath, I would tell my son I conquered the fear of death. I conquered it. Yeah. I swear to God, even with my last breath, I tell him that I conquered the fear of death.
Did Jesus conquer the fear of death? I wonder. Me wonder. Hey. Okay, let me line up my next video. Let's just bury this Jesus myth once and for all. Give me 1 sec. Right, a killer. And I want to next week I want to talk about Muhammad. Because I smell a fairy tale. I smell a fairy tale. Do 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 do. Let's get into this one.
Was Jesus the Christ?
Let's get into this. Share my screen.
What does Christ mean? To the surprise of millions, Christ is not Jesus' last surname. The Greeks gave this word Christos, which means anointed one or chosen one. But chosen by who? How does this become your savior if you're a black person or an African? For a Roman or a Greek, I would understand. How will an African have a Greek or Roman as their anointed one, as their savior? This is the Greek formulated word which comes from the Hebrew Mashiach or Messiah. But the word Messiah already existed as Messiah, and it comes from the African Egyptian word which means to anoint with crocodile fat or muzoba or muzoziwa in Shona. How did Jesus become the Christ? We now go into a journey and a study using the book, The Roman Illusion, Volume 1, Christianity Exposed by Amen Maatra. He says here, the Roman Vatican is the father of Christianity. That's a powerful fact. Ancient black civilizations all over the world had possessed a black deity or black messiah who died and was resurrected from the grave in 3 days to save humanity thousands of years prior to the creation of the fictitious religious character Jesus Christ. So he is saying he's a fictitious created character. Who created him? Constantine was the ancient emperor of Rome and a documented worshipper of the Persian sun god Mithra. He was a member of the secret society of the cult of Mithra. Although Constantine established Roman Christianity, he never eventually or actually converted to Christianity or turned away from the occult worship of the sun god Mithra. You remember the sign that he saw, and by this time he shall conquer. That was the sign they used. So what is Mithraism? Mithraism was a mystery religion that was practiced in Roman Empire from about the 1st to 4th century after death. This was a Persian creation or theology of me, and is one of 28 insects or spirits that surround the great god Ahura Mazda among Aryans. Mithra is the god of light in heaven, which is the sun anyway. He assigns places to the souls of the just and righteous. The land of Persia is now Iran. That's where it came from. But Mithra was also a Deus Solis Invictus, meaning the unconquered sun god. Mithraism was composed of 7 divine knowledge degrees and practice occult or magic. The initiates in Mithraism called themselves Syndaxoi, those united by the handshake. The initiates met in underground temples called Mithraeum, some of which still survive today, and the elite. This is the statue of the Persian god Mithra slaying the bull. Mithraism took initiation very seriously. That's why it's a very serious thing with Christians being Christians. It was Constantine that ultimately decided to further the corrupt agenda of the New World Order in that time by redefining Christianity. The white Greeks and Romans envied and mimicked the black Egyptians of North Africa, who taught them the principles of philosophy, science, maths, agriculture, and bodily hygiene. So the Greeks and Romans adopted the Kemetic systems. However, the Greeks and Romans were highly egoistic and racist, and they refused to portray themselves in that. So they copied like the jet black Kemetic bull date, Apis. This is the image from 1000 before Common Era with the sun disk. This is African. All this, you see this chevron, you can find it in Zimbabwe. All this collar, all right, that is even Africans today have a bull as a date in their amongst their cattle. If you are a Christian, you have the Greco-Roman spirit. It's very serious indeed. This is what I'm saying. Serapis was recognized as a Christ by the Greeks before Jesus or Yehoshua received the title of Christ. So this is where it came from. So Serapis, the Christ, there we are showing you his image here. The hybrid Greek god Serapis is the embodiment of Ausari or Osiris, and Apis, the bull that I have just shown you. Serapis is the primary source that was used for the Caucasian depiction of Jesus. So they borrowed from African deities. It is extremely important to understand that Serapis was only created because the white Greek and Roman citizens were infatuated with the rich black Kemetic spiritual system, and the whites were beginning to worship side by side with black Africans or black Egyptians. This alarmed the racist white ruling elites who wanted literally to segregate worship so that they could exercise racism, slavery, and segregation, which is the foundation of all European civilization. Serapis was manufactured for the Greeks and Romans. Statues of Serapis were placed in Kemetic temples beside black African deities so that black Egyptians could also worship their local deities one by side. And the white race could also worship their deity. This is where they are going now. They are giving you a black Jesus now and a white Jesus. And they say, really, it doesn't matter. Exactly. So 3 letters of the name Asa are added to the name Apis to come to get the name Serapis is born. Serapis means son of Apis or son of Ausari. It is important to know that the literal title of Christ or Christos was given to the Greek god Serapis at the Council of Ephesus in 431 after the death of the so-called entity called Jesus. Please master this. I will repeat. The title Christos was given to the Greek god Serapis because Serapis, they had already created that from ancient African deities. So they gave this name in 431 after death at the Council of Ephesus. The Catholics, the Romans, the Greeks gathered there. The followers of Serapis directly refer to themselves as Christians long before Jesus was even considered to be a so-called Christ. You can read more on the book from the book Origin of Christianity by Dr. Walter Williams. The title Christ was later assigned to the mythological character named Jesus that is also known as Yehoshua in the religion of Christianity. The Greek word Christos, according to the online etymological dictionary, derives from the Proto-Indo-European root kray, which means to rub. You know where it is borrowed? Greek.
Okay, thank you.
Anoint. This concept was plagiarized from the Kemetic word karast or kerest, which means mummy, embalmment, to bandage, to knot. This is very important. The linguist Asa Imhotep noted in his text, Nuswiti Bashut, king in Egyptian 309, that the Middle Egyptian word kerest, KRS, refers to the embalmment of the mummy, and the karast is the mummy itself, which was made in the process of preparation by purifying, anointing, and embalming. This was often done with spices. This is an African tradition which is known. And in Mark, we know that Mary Magdalene, the mother of mythological James and Salome, went to the karast, mummy embalmment. This is from Beach Dictionary, Hieroglyphic 416. This is all where it comes from. The Greeks and Romans converted ancient black deities into white and light-skinned hybrid deities. Zeus, Poseidon, Athena, and the famous white gods of the mythology were created directly from the African gods of Hamitic, Nubia, and the Phoenicians. The Greek, Roman, European, and Western civilization are well known for taking black African words and adding them to their vocabulary and dictionaries. The ancient black Cushites, or Ethiopians, Nubians, Egyptians, and black Phoenicians are the grandmasters that built the first Roman and Greek civilization. And these black Africans also educated and refined the savage, beastly Roman, Greek, and European barbarians. There is no such thing as classical Greek civilization. You can read the Stolen Legacy, teaches that it's provable, it can't be argued. It is very important to emphasize the fact that the black Phoenicians played a major role in Greek civilization. The Phoenicians were master navigators of the seas. We have already shown that. We have videos proving that the Phoenicians were black Africans that traveled from Hamitic Africa into the Mediterranean and all over the world, right into America. There they are, jet black Phoenician statues wearing the head crown of Upper Egypt, which is in the Sudan there, right into Uganda, Tanzania, DRC Congo. You can find this in the National Museum of Beirut, gilded bronze, 19th, 18th century before Common Era. So this is the statue of Alexander the Greek of Macedon, who conquered our ancient kingdoms. Or with the rise of Jesus, also the rise of the devil with the horns also came from our ancient African deities. It was Alexander that invaded Kemet and then removed the existing ruling native black pharaoh and put himself in his place as a pharaoh. Alexander also demanded that the ancient Hamitic or black people priesthood recognize him as the jet black creator god Amen or Ammon and give him the status of a priest so that he could be accepted into the sacred institution. Otherwise, he would not be. So there he is. Of course, they know this knows also. Zeus, Amen, a Greek god. Zeus merged with the famous ram horn of the Egyptian god Amen, Greek original 5th century before Common Era. You can find this in Munich in German museum. There is Alexander the Greek again with the horns. So they are copying from our ancestral understanding. Racism and white supremacy converted the ram horns of the god Amen, we are seeing here, into the horns of the devil of Christianity. This is African tradition. There is the devil that they have created for you. After exploiting and plagiarizing the positive attributes of the Neta Amen, future racist white Christians discarded the image of the sacred horns of Amen that were incorporated into the head crown of various black pharaohs of Hamitic and African kings. Christianity intentionally demonized and then converted the famous symbol of the ram horns of the black sun god Amen, which were a positive symbol of power, fertility, divinity, and leadership, and they converted into the mythological depiction of the horned devil that appears in biblical texts. Was Jesus the Christ? No. It is a great deception that has befallen us. So let us ask, what is a Christian? This is very interesting and very important because Jesus defined himself as the Son of God, also as the Son of Man. A Christian is a citizen of the ancient Greco-Roman nation. They worship Greek-Roman gods. In modern times, they speak in demonic guttural sound as they are baptized into the Greek mysteries, syncretized with the heavy Mithraic dosages. They worship on Sunday, Mithras Day, though some think Satan's day is the good day too. From such a black person must flee. That's a Christian. That's their Christ. We should never follow this. Let us teach others to repent and come out of that. Contact us here as Priest Teacher Rabbi Ellen Dumizulu. Subscribe to our channel, Committee Hebrew Ethics, and visit us on our live Spirit of America.
That was super delirious there. You know what everyone else is. I saw Eric came in and run this delirious. Yeah. I think Fredo done. Someone come to me and talk to me about Christos. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let's see what's going on. I don't talk about next science of Hadith. Let me see if I can bring up something. Science of Hadith. Let me see if I can bring something up. I really want to get into this topic. Science of Hadith.
There is a crime against the Sunnah, though. There's a crime against the Sunnah that I want to warn myself of and all of you of. And that is when you say something is Sunnah and it's not.
Let's just get into this. Let's get into this. Let me share my screen. Let's get into this. Let's see if I can share this actually. So I can... Oh shit! It didn't come up on YouTube. Oh. Oh, diddle. Diddle. I don't mind having a rerun of that one. 1 second. One second. Sorry about that, family.
My website, contact us on LM.
Okay. Sorry about that, family. Let me share the screen again. Delay or no delay. Okay.
A Greek or Roman as their anointed one, as their savior. This is the Greek formulated word which comes from the Hebrew Mashiach or Messiah. But the word Messiah already existed as Messiah, and it comes from the African Egyptian word which means to
I'm presenting Eric.
with crocodile fat or muzodzwa or muzodziwa in Shishona. How did Jesus Christ, how did Jesus become?
1 second. Let us fix this up. Yeah.
Have a Greek or Roman as their anointed one, as their savior. This is the Greek formulated word which comes from the Hebrew Mashiach or Messiah. But the word Messiah already existed as Messiah, and it comes from the African Egyptian word which means to anoint with crocodile fat, or muzodzwa or muzodziwa in Shishona. How did Jesus become the Christ? We now go into a journey and a study using the book The Roman Illusion, Volume 1, Christianity Exposed by Amen Maatra. He says here, the Roman Vatican is the father of Christianity. That's a powerful fact. Ancient black civilizations all over the world had possessed a black deity or black messiah who died and was resurrected from the grave in 3 days to save humanity thousands of years prior to the creation of the fictitious religious character Jesus Christ. So he is saying he's a fictitious created character. Who created him? Constantine was the ancient emperor of Rome and a documented worshipper of the Persian sun god Mithra. He was a member of the secret society of the cult of Mithra. Although Constantine established Roman Christianity, he never eventually or actually converted to Christianity or turned away from the occult worship of the sun god Mithra. You remember the sign that he saw, and by this sign he shall conquer. That was the sign they used. So what is Mithraism? Mithraism was a mystery religion that was practiced in Roman Empire from about the 1st to 4th century after death. This was a Persian creation or theology of Mihi, and is one of 28 insects or spirits that surround the great god Ahura Mazda among Aryans. Mithra is the god of light in heaven, which is the sun anyway. He assigns places to the souls of the just and righteous. The land of Persia is now Iran. That's where it came from. But Mithra was also a Deus Solis Invictus, meaning the unconquered sun god. Mithraism was composed of 7 divine knowledge degrees and practice occult or magic. The initiates in Mithraism called themselves Syndaxoi, those united by the handshake. The initiates met in underground temples called Mithraeum, some of which still survive today, and the elite. This is the statue of the Persian god Mithra slaying the bull. Mithraism took initiation very seriously. That's why it's a very serious thing with Christians being Christians. It was Constantine that ultimately decided to further the corrupt agenda of the New World Order in that time by redefining Christianity. The white Greeks and Romans envied and mimicked the black Egyptians of North Africa, who taught them the principles of philosophy, science, maths, agriculture, and bodily hygiene. So the Greeks and Romans adopted the Kemetic systems. However, the Greeks and Romans were highly egoistic and racist, and they refused to portray themselves in that. So they copied like the jet black Kemetic bull date, Apis. This is the image from 1000 before Common Era with the sun disk. This is African. All this, you see this chevron, you can find it in Zimbabwe. All this collar, all right, that is even Africans today have a bull as a date in their amongst their cattle. If you are a Christian, you have the Greco-Roman spirit. It's very serious indeed. This is what I'm saying. Serapis was recognized as a Christ by the Greeks before Jesus or Yehoshua received the title of Christ. So this is where it came from. So Serapis, the Christ, there we are showing you his image here. The hybrid Greek god Serapis is the embodiment of Ausari or Osiris, and Apis, the bull that I have just shown you. Serapis is the primary source that was used for the Caucasian depiction of Jesus. So they borrowed from African deities, straightforward. It is extremely important to understand that Serapis was only created because the white Greek and Roman citizens were infatuated with the rich black Kemetic spiritual system, and the whites were beginning to worship side by side with black Africans or black Egyptians. This alarmed the racist white ruling elites who wanted literally to segregate worship so that they could exercise racism, slavery, and segregation, which is the foundation of all European civilization. Serapis was manufactured for the Greeks and Romans statues of Serapis were placed in Kemetic temples beside black African deities, so that black Egyptians could also worship their local deities one by side, and the white race could also worship their deities. This is where they are going now. They are giving you a black Jesus now and a white Jesus, and they say, really, it doesn't matter. Exactly. So 3 letters of the name Asa are added to the name Apis to come to get the name Serapis is born. Serapis means son of Apis or son of Ausari. It is important to know that the literal title of Christ or Christos was given to the Greek god Serapis at the Council of Ephesus in 431 after the death of the so-called entity called Jesus. Please master this. I will repeat. The title Christos was given to the Greek god Serapis because Serapis they had already created that from ancient African deities. So they gave this name in 431 after death at the Council of Ephesus. The Catholics, the Romans, the Greeks gathered there. The followers of Serapis directly refer to themselves as Christians long before Jesus was even considered to be a so-called Christ. You can read more on the book The Historical Origin of Christianity by Dr. Walter Williams. The title Christ was later assigned to the mythological character named Jesus that is also known as Yehoshua in the religion of Christianity. The Greek word Christos, according to the online etymological dictionary, derives from the Proto-Indo-European root kray, which means to rub. You know where it is borrowed? Mese, muzodziwa, Greek krien, which means anoint. This concept was plagiarized from the Kemetic word karast or kerest, which means mummy, embalmment, to bandage, to knot. This is very important. The linguist Asa Imhotep noted in his text, Nuswiti Bashut, a king in Egyptian 309, that the Middle Egyptian word KRS refers to the embalmment of the mummy, and the karast is the mummy itself, which was made in the process of preparation by purifying, anointing, and embalming. This was often done with spices. This is an African tradition which is known. And in Mark, we know that Mary Magdalene, the mother of mythological James and Salome, went to the karast, right? Mummy embalmment. This is from Beach Dictionary, hieroglyphic 416. This is all where it comes from. The Greeks and Romans converted ancient black deities into white and light-skinned hybrid deities. Zeus, Poseidon, Athena, and the famous white gods of the mythology were created directly from the African gods of Hamiti, Nubia, and the Phoenicians. The Greek, Roman, European, and Western civilization are well known for taking black African words and adding them to their vocabulary and dictionaries. The ancient black Cushites, or Ethiopians, Nubians, Egyptians, and black Phoenicians are the grandmasters that built the first Roman and Greek civilization. And these black Africans also educated and refined the savage, beastly Roman, Greek, and European barbarians. There is no such thing as classical Greek civilization. You can read the Stolen Legacy. It teaches that. It's provable. It can't be argued. It is very important to emphasize the fact that the black Phoenicians played a major role in Greek civilization. The Phoenicians were master navigators of the seas. We have already shown that. We have videos proving that the Phoenicians were black Africans that traveled from Hamiti, Africa, into the Mediterranean and all over the world, right into America. There they are. Jet black Phoenician statues wearing the head crown of Upper Egypt, which is in the Sudan there, right into Uganda, Tanzania, DRC, Congo. You can find this in the National Museum of Beirut, gilded bronze, 19th, 18th century, before Common Era. So this is the statue of Alexander the Greek of Macedon, who conquered our ancient kingdoms. So with the rise of Jesus, also the rise of the devil with the horns also came from our ancient African deities. It was Alexander that invaded Kemet and then removed the existing ruling native black pharaoh and put himself in his place as a pharaoh. Alexander also demanded that the ancient Hamitic or black people priesthood recognize him as the jet black creator god Amen or Ammon and give him the status of a priest so that he could be accepted into the sacred institution. Otherwise, he would not be. So there he is. Of course, they know this knows also. Zeus, Amen, a Greek god. Zeus merged with the famous ram horns of the Egyptian god Amen, Greek original 5th century before Common Era. You can find this in Munich in German museum. There is Alexander the Greek again with the horns. So they are copying from our ancestral understanding. Racism and white supremacy converted the ram horns of the god Amen, we are seeing here, into the horns of the devil of Christianity. This is African tradition. There is the devil that they have created for you. After exploiting and plagiarizing the positive attributes of the Neta Amen, future racist white Christians described the image of the sacred horns of Amen that were incorporated into the head crown of various black pharaohs of Hamiti and African kings. Christianity intentionally demonized and then converted the famous symbol of the ram horns of the black sun god Amen, which were a positive symbol of power, fertility, divinity, and leadership, and they converted into the mythological depiction of the horned devil that appears in biblical texts. Was Jesus the Christ? No. It is a great deception that has befallen us. So let us ask, what is a Christian? This is very interesting and very important, because Jesus defined himself as the Son of God, also as the Son of Man. A Christian is a citizen of the ancient Greco-Roman nation. They worship Greek-Roman gods. In modern times, they speak in demonic guttural sound as they are baptized into the Greek mysteries, syncretized with the heavy Mithraic dosages. They worship on Sunday, Mithras Day, though some think Satan's day is the good day too. From such a black person must flee. That's a Christian. That's their Christ. We should never follow this. Let us teach others to repent and they come out of that. Contact us here as Priest Teacher Rabbi LM Dumizulu. Subscribe to our channel, Committee Group Ethics, and visit us on our livespiritofament.com, our website. Contact us on LM Dumizulu.
There you go, family. I hope that one was clear. Everyone got their delil presented loud and clear. Presented loud and clear. 1 second. One second, family. Yo, man, like Mills. Come back in the comments. What are you saying, my G? Why are you on today? What's your motive? Live. What? All right, listen, I'm doing something. I want to lock off the show, but this one, even my hangouts are acting up. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna lock off this show, and I'm gonna come back and start a new show because it's a bit peak, this hangout. I don't know what to do, and it's on my hangout. So I'm gonna lock up this one. I'm gonna start a new stream when I start up my hangout, so I can add people and do the thing. You feel me? We'll give us a few. We'll be back. We'll be black.